Welcome to the show, and what a complete load of shit we've got for you tonight.
I used to laugh at the idea of a woman Prime Minister.
John, you can ask me questions if you give me notice.
There's no time necessarily for manners.
Doesn't give my opponents much time to run.
I'm responsible for introducing the concept of women people accident.
Haters. You know, they hate the system.
I used to call the old culture the concrete playground.
Poets in this country have always been the smart ones.
I've been performing since I was born.
I can smell the uranium on it as you lean closer.
No mai hara mai te whānau ki Aotearoa I tēnei pō. Ko Magenta tōku ingoa.
Or Detective Rogers Tokuinga, and that was a smooth start to the stream. I think we're looking good now, though.
Well, I'm going to show you why my face is making the face it's making. I'm going to send it to you in DM. This is my screen. I don't know what happened.
You getting? Oh, I haven't started the virtual camera. That's why you're not getting. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. I was too busy trying to get the stream back up.
That's fine. I was like, what's happened to my screen? Has it broken my ear
It's coming back. You're gonna get camera. Just 1 second.
Thankfully, I could hear everything, so that's why I knew that it was probably my turn to speak. But sorry about that.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Oh my god, I can actually see what's happening. I had the previous screen stuck on my end. Sorry for the folks, but it's all good. We're back.
That's fine.
It's all fixed and sorted.
Yeah. So did you send out the new link to everything?
I did on B-Sky. Yeah, I haven't done it on the other two.
Yeah.
But
Do you want to do it in the do it in the Discord as well? Would be good. Probably handy for people. Kia ora, guys. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to hit end broadcast. I meant to click stop streaming so I could restart OBS, but they have both buttons right beside each other, and oh well, it ended the broadcast. What can you do?
Yeah, it happens.
But at least I noticed right away the stream wasn't doing good. It was all red on the streaming encoding side of thing. I was like, something's not going right, so I just need to restart OBS for some reason. But looks like everything's back up and running. So.
You mean to tell me that you tried turning it off and on again?
I did try turning it off and on again.
Groundbreaking.
I know. It's the best. That's why I get all the IT jobs, because I have that kind of knowledge deep in my brain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how many IT jobs are going at the moment?
One.
How is that?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't it Friday was your last
last Friday was my last day at work, and yeah, that was fun. We went up for drinks. One person embarrassed themselves horribly. The guy who...
Oh, hell yeah! I love when that happens.
No, it wasn't a pretty...
Not for them.
Yeah, well, it wasn't pretty. I just realized you're very zoomed in too. Oh well, not much I can do about that right now. I'll fix that later in the show. But yeah, it wasn't the most pretty sight. Let's just say they started drinking like 2 hours before we did.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And then let's just say it got bigoted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Bigoted and potentially perverted. So
usually that's a good thing coming out of your mouth, but that doesn't sound like a good time.
So first, so we go get drinks. He's already sloshed by the time we get to the beer spot.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, you could hear it in his voice. Possibly some things going through his head. I don't think he's got a new job yet, that kind of stuff. So his job, he was on the same team. Right. This was the guy that watched all the conspiracy stuff.
Oh, the dude that we don't like, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say we don't like him, but I mean, I guess you don't like him. Like, he's a nice dude, but he watches like Matt Walsh and all that shit all day, Candace Owens, all these horrible people. He's sitting there like during that day watching. Here's probably the big irony of during the day. He's watching, who was it, Fauci? He turns to me and says, "I'm just watching this Fauci guy. What a loser!" And I was like, "You mean the doctor? I don't think he's much of a loser. He's like the top doctor in his country, at least." That's not much of a loser, but okay. They're like, oh yeah, but he just keeps pleading the fifth and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, so whatever. Like, I didn't push him too much on it, but I was like...
That's so funny.
In polar contrast to what I was seeing later that night, where we literally had the people on the table next to us, because he was so drunk, he just zoned out of whatever conversation our group was having. Started harassing the people at the table next to us. They had to move. Apparently they came and told someone like they were feeling uncomfortable. Apparently the girls were maybe getting a bit stared at, things like that. So long story short,
Well,
it would have been a great
yeah.
night ultimately if I think we kind of ditched him at the end, just all went home.
I mean, yeah, kind of have to by the sounds of it.
It was one
I
of
was about to
those.
make a joke being like, I bet you he's blaming women for his shitty life right now.
He might.
But honestly, probably is by the sounds of it.
Maybe the woke agenda. I don't know. He really kept trying to push me to he kept asking, and I was wondering how interested he was because he kept asking what my sexuality was. He's like, "What is your sexuality?" I was like, "Oh, it depends which day of the week." You
None
ask
of your
me."
business.
Yeah, well, that's mostly what I say. Like, unless you're fucking interested, like, what business is it of
Right.
yours, really? Fuck
Like,
off.
unless you're trying to ask whether I want to put my penis near you.
and in which
like-
case, not interested, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're probably about 40 years too old for me. Something like that. So, anyway, that was my week. How was yours?
Honestly, I spent a lot of it just kind of in a bit of a recovery mode since obviously had a big week last week and the weekend before, and I think it might have been Tuesday or Wednesday. I heard Pat on the show go, "Oh yeah, and so Ems won't be here on Friday," and I'm just watching the show like, since when? So that got jumped at me, which I was kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, I probably should have assumed and asked, but hey, it's fine. Ended up doing a show with Ruby, which was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, got the youth voice on, which was
I
it
was
was
out
just nice
drinking.
trying out a new combo. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is funny because when I talked to Pat, he's like, "Oh, so you get Detective Rogers on?" I'm like, "I don't know if he's free, man." Also, he assumes you're going to be going to the BHN meetup in Auckland.
I am. I booked my tickets the other
Good.
night.
I was actually gonna ask because I was like, make sure you've got your shit sorted for that.
Okay. Well, I was wondering if I should try and organize a question and stuff, but I'm just relaxing this week because it's my 1 week off before I start work again. So, you know.
And I mean, there was like what 300 questions or something, for the first debate, and that was a smaller location, with, I guess you can maybe argue, smaller profiled MPs. So one with David Seymour, Debbie Ngāti Chloe, you know, like it's a big bill. There's probably going to be so many questions. So I don't know how they're going to go through all of those. That's thankfully not my thing to worry about.
I just realized our Twitch isn't working. Ah, there we go. Twitch is back up. All right. Sorry to the Twitch people who might have been commenting. We've got you back up and you should be working now. There we go. So many technical issues today. Oof.
Yeah, I leave for 1 week.
I know.
One week.
I know. We can blame Sam. Sam, what'd you do?
Yeah.
Why'd you break everything?
You broke my chair, bro.
Yeah, well, Magenta came in and they were square. So that was another thing I had to fix before the show. You showed up
Yeah.
and you were all square, and I'm like, why are you square?
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't do anything. I didn't change anything. This is the same camera I've always been using, same microphone. And yes, yeah, we're back. Thank you for joining us again.
We have now worked our way through all our technical difficulties, I
Right.
think. So we're looking a bit better now for that. We can probably start getting into some of the show. I actually, before we do that, just one thing. R.I.P. Big Pussy.
Oh, is that what that fucking note
That's
was
what
about?
that
I
means.
was
This is
like,
a
what
porno
the fuck is
actor.
big pussy?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you see
Damn.
Big Pussy sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at that man. Looking
R.I.P.
majestic.
Magentic? Nah, you know what? I like that.
Magentic. You like
Magentic.
magentic? That should be a new
yeah,
phrase.
Yeah. Right. A
Looking
new
very
verb.
magentic. Actually, I can see the
Right.
resemblance. If he colored his hair, maybe.
Yeah, if
Maybe.
I was like 60 years older.
If you were 60, fully going for masculine, I mean, I could see it. You know what? You would make a good mobster, I think. You would make a good mobster.
Not with the current hair.
Yeah.
With the current hair, I'd get us fucking found out like that.
Also,
Although I am short, so it is harder to see.
a moment of silence, please, for George Clooney and his family and their home. In this trialing time, they had to evacuate their home in France. I mean, fuck everyone else in France, apparently. Just the important thing is George Clooney's family's home.
To be fair, I saw there was a giant fire at a factory in China too, just earlier that I saw. Massive fucking fire.
Oh, no one cares about that.
So many
China.
earthquakes.
China bad. That was the other thing he was going off of. That's just before we left the bar. He was like, "Oh, in China's coming through."
Right.
That was the next thing. I was like, "Oh god, here we go."
Yeah, I'm sure Nick Fuentes is going to get a lot of views while this guy's unemployed.
I mean,
I
wish him all the best, but
yeah, I mean, I hope for the people he'll end up harassing's sake that he has something to do, because he sounds like the kind of person that with a bit of too much time on his hands might be a bit of a nuisance.
Well, because from what I saw of him, he's not a nasty guy. He just needs to get out of that pipeline, but I'm not sure how you dig out someone that's probably got themselves in so deep. So it's hard. It's hard.
'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm
trying to keep all the mud in my head. That's a banger. That's a great one.
Going under.
Anyway, we're fucking
but
around.
yes, you should probably play our bumper.
I did have that queued up.
And then we
Right.
get bumping.
Let's do it. All right. Oh, this is looking wonky. Oh, it's because it tries to force it. Yeah, it tries to force a chat in there.
Yeah,
Get
just
rid of that.
X out of there. Yeah.
Awesome.
So before we go into our actual proper story, since I was scrubbing through the debate earlier today, I came across this just little soundbite that I thought we should really listen to before we then move on to our actual story.
Okay.
Well, thank you. I think, listen carefully to what ACT says over the coming weeks and months as we lead up to the election and we release all of our policies. But tonight, obviously we've talked...
So yes, we got to listen very carefully to all of the policies that will be coming out from ACT.
I'm listening loud and clear. All right. Let's see. What do they have to say?
Well, is this a video?
This one does have a video. So this is ACT wants to abuse our kids.
So quiet.
I know. Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you. It's because I got a new extension for you. If you quickly want to grab it, it's there in the show notes right at the top. So this one allows you to keep it cross-site. And I've tested it works, and I can confirm. So just set it to like 150% on.
All right, I'm adding the extension.
Yeah, on One News, and that should be it. We should be sorted. 150 to 200, you choose, but.
Where's the button that I just?
It's like a little megaphone.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Click on it.
Yep.
And then put it at 150.
Try 150.
All right.
People are complaining
try
that's too low. Let us know if it's too low, guys, and we'll turn it up.
It turned its attention to older children today, wanting to give teachers stronger powers to remove disruptive kids from class and, in some cases, fine their parents. But some educators fear the policy is misdirected and won't work. Simon Mercet reports.
ACT says some
is this slowed down?
So rowdy that
I think you've got it slowed down.
Hold up, I got it on. That was for something else I was doing.
I was like,
bad.
She sounds drunk.
Yeah, no, I was thinking. I was like, is it my earbuds that are playing up? But no, apologies.
Am I having a heat stroke?
Behaviour here is among the worst in the world.
Let's be honest. There are a lot of little shits in classrooms. And we need to...
I want to smack him.
Were you the little shit?
Education standards.
Under current law, a teacher can use physical force to prevent a student...
Also, it's funny you said that. I'll grab the clip for us, but I actually ended up listening to fucking Ryan Bridge.
Ryan Bridge.
And he actually covers some of that, so I reckon we'll watch it after this.
Okay.
Harming themselves or harming others. ACT wants to extend that, so a teacher can move a disruptive student out of class to a supervised area.
ACT will give clear legal protection to staff who use reasonable and proportionate intervention.
One union says there's no call for the policy.
In my 20 years of teaching and in my 3.5 years of being president of the PBTA, not one teacher has ever said to me, man, you know what I think will solve the problem? Me being able to physically drag a child out of the classroom.
Instead, he wants more...
I mean, you don't know until you try. See ya.
And this...
Oh, wait, we did. We tried that for a long time. Remember?
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember our teachers doing shit like that.
I mean,
remember our teachers getting real handsy.
We never had that. Well, except that one kid, and he kind of did deserve it. The most lovely teacher that I've ever had in primary school tied a kid to a chair because he just wouldn't. Like I can't even.
Jesus. This is why schools need more resources. This is why they need more resources.
I love that she is the most lovely teacher I've ever had, but she was in a tight pickle, I think, in that situation.
Wow, that's why I say they need more resources. You know, they need adequate amounts of teacher aides and appropriate class sizes, appropriate procedures.
Principal agrees.
There's a better investment, alternative education, learning support, teacher aides, anger management and access to child psychologists.
This is alternative education.
Autism New Zealand supports that idea. It says the alternative may involve training teachers to restrain students.
But we don't want to get to that point, and I just think we're focusing on the wrong thing. So we should be focusing on how do we create a better environment to avoid getting to that point.
So what does ACT say about funding to address schools to help those students who need assistance?
Well, Oranga Tamariki already exists. We are already engaging with the parents of those students if they are happy to engage with us.
And he says parents who won't engage over disruptive behaviour may face a penalty.
Because fines will be put in place, which will be legally binding. That will be for parents who refuse to engage with the school.
And these are often children with lots of things going on in their lives and lots of things happening in their family. And, you know, and fining, I don't think, is going to solve an absolute iota of any of these issues.
ACT argues millions are already spent helping at-risk kids, while their new policy protects the education of the majority. Simon Mersep, One News.
The majority. When have you cared about the majority?
Yeah.
You care about like the 1% richest. That's all you give a shit about.
Well, I just find it so. I can tell. You can tell Seymour's stoked that he has bloody Paul to be the one up there saying these words. So it's not him who's going to be quoted and going to have the spotlight put on.
Yeah, and how is this going to help with like their main concerns, which is like attendance rates and stuff? Like, why are kids going to want to come to a school where they're allowed to be physically abused?
Well, and the thing is, it feels like it's really just trying to play up this, oh, well, all these young kids these days, they're all just like, and don't get me wrong, kids are having behavioral issues. They are having troubles in classrooms because they went through a pandemic during very formative years that, they weren't able to learn the things appropriately that they needed to, like, especially when it comes to socializing and interacting with each other. But it also feels like it's just going to put neurodivergent kids and disabled kids in a much worse position because, actually, funnily enough, I think me and Rai were talking about it in the group chat, but like, there was already things where, like, at least when I was in school, they would change the color of your card and you'd get like sit in the corner, or if you keep going, you'd have to go to a different classroom and sit in their corner. And then if you keep going, you'd end up going to the principal's office and sitting in their corner. So it's not like there aren't things already that they can be doing to address this, but essentially trying to imply that, oh yeah, no, we're not saying the kids are going to get hit, but we're also kind of implying that we should be allowed to hit the kids.
Can't even discipline our own kids these days. They ban spanking. I can't spank my own kid in public.
Right. Or as my mum liked to say, the fuck I can.
Yeah, well, also, doesn't that like actually have a bit of conflict of interest there? The fact that parents can't even really do this to a degree. So how can we extend this sort of privilege to teachers? I don't know. That doesn't really
and
make any sense.
There's a lot of
standpoint.
contradictions, I think, in that, especially given like, let's not go back to before we had the anti-smacking bill.
Can we
a bill that the
can we
Greens
apply this to Parliament as well, to MPs? So can we remove unruly MPs
when
with
Winston's
reasonable
getting really
force?
belligerent?
Yeah. Can we
use
do that?
reasonable force
Like,
on
if we
the
can do
elderly?
this to kids in school, why can't we do this to ministers in Parliament? I mean, fair is fair at the end of the day.
holding them to similar
the same
standards.
standards.
Crazy. Now I'm gonna just take us over here, and I didn't actually have this ready.
I know BHN's covering it, so we'll leave.
Nah, I just wanted to see if I could find. There's this quick little dig that Henry made towards the neurodivergent community.
No, if that's just a really bad day for a really bad student, emotional problem. If a student behaves badly.
After repeatedly failing to engage.
Failing to engage.
What about you? You know you've spoken about this before on air, but you have dyslexia, don't you? Which would be a learning difficulty in today's definitions.
It is, yes, it would. I mean, almost everything is a learning difficulty in today's definitions, isn't it? Oh, dear, there was traffic on the road today. Oh, well, they're not going to be able to be contained.
But did that make learning hard?
It did, and in many classes.
Yeah, so he already goes
That didn't
weird.
make sense.
Well, there was him again trying to imply that like everyone makes any minor inconvenience about being some kind of disability or disadvantage. But then it's ironic because obviously, you know, he does go, oh, you know, I was dyslexic. And he's like, you know, did that make it harder in school? And he literally just said, yeah, it did. So he already knows that kids who, like him, funnily enough, will be kind of punished more under this.
Classes I was ignored, and because I wasn't disruptive, I was ignored because, you know, I wasn't keeping up, and so I was allowed to slip back.
Is that part of the appeal for this policy for you, that there'll be kids who were like you in class who probably didn't get the attention they needed because of some idiot making a fuss?
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting you say that because, and that's one of the reasons possibly why I'm particularly interested in fronting this policy. But, you know, constantly people talk about neurodivergent children. Oh, please. I'm sure there are many of those, but how many of them? And how many children who really are just having a bad day or not? But I tell you what's best for a neuro...
So, yeah.
Depends how you want to classify neurodivergent, but then at the end of the day, it's everyone. Everyone's technically in some way neurodivergent. We're all... And that's the key thing, I think, in diversity of learning, is that we got to start from the exception. Not everyone's a fucking clone. You know, we all have different ways of learning and different ways of absorbing information. Like, whether or not you want to see that as everyone being, you know, their own special snowflake kind of bullshit, or like literally accepting the fact that literally everyone is different. Like...
But also, he's very much dog whistling all those people who are like, oh, everyone just thinks they've got ADHD and autism now.
That's
like,
what I mean,
no,
though.
Now people are able to figure this shit out and actually work around these things. But he's still just doing it in such a grody way. And it's just...
I mean that talking points are relevant because of the fact that we literally are all diverse. That's the point of evolution. That's the point of genetic diversity, is we are all different people. No one person thinks alike, and we shouldn't treat a system like that. We're not a monolith. We're not the Borg.
But then how can capitalism maximize?
That's true.
How can capitalism maximize if it doesn't have an average?
It's
you know, that nearly nobody fits into, like, even when it comes to, say, like, the average height and weight of a human.
Yeah.
Fucking barely anyone fits into that narrow category. And the rest of us are all somewhere sitting outside of it.
True.
And it's just, I just hate the very also typical, like, Gen X attitude of...
It's capitalism's best strength, finding the lowest common denominator, basically.
Right.
And trying to
and then the last little bit I did see, there was a quick little update from National. Apparently, National think it's simplistic but has a point. So Erica Stanford is on board. Although I think she does say they do have a point that it has become very unclear through the legislation and the guidance and the training about what teachers can and can't do. I mean, it should be pretty fucking obvious. Like, if you have to restrain a kid for safety reasons, absolutely. That just has to happen sometimes.
This is like, this is every time they change legislation, though. They're like, the issue is unclear, and that's why we're going to completely change it. And it's like, no, you just make it more clear. You don't have to overhaul the entire system to make it. You know, that's like what they did with NCEA. That was their entire justification of overhauling the entire system. Well, it's very unclear to people. It's like, so make it more clear. Don't just change everything and then everyone's more confused. Like, it's not going to help. Anyway.
So I agree with Martin. Bro's brain has diverged from reality. That's a good one.
He's the
fucking got
most
him there.
divergent. He is the divergent. What was that? Those movies, Divergent.
The Divergence series.
Yeah, Divergent series.
I don't really remember them. Like, I vaguely watched them, but I wasn't.
Also, I remember
wasn't
they
really
cancelled
that
the
into those
final
ones.
one. That was funny.
Yeah, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah,
I remember them
they're
being
splitting
all
the
the
last
rage.
one into two, but they didn't come out with part two, basically. So.
Right?
Yeah.
That's actually hilarious.
It is funny.
That would piss me off if I was into the movie series. So I'm glad that I wasn't into them. I haven't actually read this next one that we've got to jump into.
Oh, well, this one's got a video. By the way, you can probably boost this
Oh,
one
cool.
to 200. It was a little low
Boost
on
it.
the site. Yeah, boost it to 200.
Oh, that's a different.
The people back home.
Pin that one. There
Then we'll
we
watch
go.
the video. But this is basically about Uber just still sucking. Spoiler.
Oh, I've got a video that. Oh, I know that person. I know
Oh.
them.
And they delivered to you.
Also, it's funny. I wasn't going to include a video I was looking at on TikTok just before we went live, but I'll go find it while we watch this one.
Mhm.
There's the video.
And I've just realized I got low disk space. So I'm
Workers
just
for
going to
food
clear that.
You got what? Sorry.
I got low disk space, so ignore me. I'm just clearing my disk space.
Bloody hell.
Delivery apps say they're sometimes being offered as low as $6 for half an hour of work as fuel and cost of living
Boo.
pressures bite. Their rates are often even lower than that of rideshare drivers. Both are classed as contractors with few protections. And as Charlie Drever reports, other professions could soon join them.
Biking along the streets of Wellington, delivering food with a smile.
I actually really enjoy it because I'm outside, fresh air, exercise, get to meet random people.
Baden joined Uber Eats after being
Not
made
wrong.
redundant, but soon discovered making even a minimum wage wasn't guaranteed.
I'd say it's a bit of 50-50. When you get 7 or 8 people turn up here, it's quiet.
For those using their cars, there's extra cost.
You couldn't really survive it by the time you take your fuel costs off. Then you've got to put money aside for obviously tax obligations.
Adam started delivering with DoorDash about 3 years ago, alongside full-time work.
For those longer distance from Rolleston to say Lincoln, nowadays they're offering us $6 to do that distance, and some of these trips could be half an hour of your time.
Both
Fucking
DoorDash
hell.
and Uber Eats say average on-trip earnings are above minimum wage and have
They would.
increased the past year. But when asked to clarify, confirmed this doesn't include wait times between orders. And drivers say this also doesn't include the time it takes to drive to busier areas to get new jobs. In June, the UN Labour Organisation set global standards for gig workers, with New Zealand and the United States the only countries opposed.
Yay! Following the US again.
Warning more industries are moving onto online platforms.
We're so in their fucking
Examples
yoke.
that
I
we've
hate it.
seen internationally have included work in healthcare or care and support.
And criticising a gateway test brought in by the government this year, deciding who is or isn't an employee.
The effect of that is to lock in all of those workers who work for digital labour platforms in New Zealand as contractors.
Yeah, not just that, to get around the court. There's another like just how they did with the environmental legislation, and they basically
And
completely
disability support
and
services.
disability. This is a way for them to completely circumvent the separation of the
Three judiciaries, I guess you'd call
thank
them.
you. No, judiciary is one of the states,
yeah.
but you know what I mean. The forms of state.
Well, yeah, essentially the courts are able to kind of assess on a case-by-case
Act independently.
basis. Yeah, exactly.
Rather than the legislative branch passing the laws and then being able to interpret and enforce them, that's up to the judiciary branch of the branch of the government. And this is just another example of them just completely circumventing that, basically redefining what it means to be an employee, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
And I mean,
null and
it's
voided.
already bad enough with contracting how much people are able to be taken advantage of, They go, oh, well, you got freedom to work the hours you want to. And, you can charge the space you use in your house or whatever. But those often, don't counter a lot of the downsides to being a contractor. So,
test, saying it gives workers clarity, the freedom to work for others, and enables them to turn down jobs that
What did I
don't
say?
pay enough without facing termination.
Oh, they're so empowered.
I mean, imagine the privilege of being able to turn down work.
You can get $6 an hour now. Aren't you happy? Rather than the minimum wage. It's great.
Right? Oh, it's fucking gross. And it's like, oh, now you're clearer on where you stand. Yeah, where you stand is the government doesn't give a fuck about you. That's where you stand. It doesn't matter that we pay them. We're actively paying them to do all this stuff at the moment.
It's clearer that you're now getting a dick in the ass, so.
Which, ask me first and maybe I'll be down.
Yeah, consent is important.
Exactly.
But remember, National's running on consent. Like, it's not it's not important yet.
I'm going to, because I wasn't actually going to include this, but it's it's talking about the Uber model and how it all works. I'm probably going to speed it up though, because Americans, they're slow.
Surveillance pricing and algorithmic wage discrimination. So surveillance pricing, your rabbi on this is a woman called Lindsay Owens, who's got a book coming out called Gouged.
She's the best.
She's amazing. And then algorithmic wage discrimination, Davina Dubel is a lawyer and a scholar who's written about this. And they're both the same thing. It's when you use an algorithm to segment an audience based on behavioral surveillance data, right? I've seen what you do. I've followed you around and your use of a service. And then you start running experiments on the segments to see what the highest price they'll accept or the lowest wage they'll accept. So on the wage side, this started with Uber, where drivers who accepted lowball offers, remember when you're an Uber driver, you have 20 seconds to decide whether the offer is good or bad, right? So you're like looking at the mileage, you're looking at the time, you're driving in traffic.
So you have 20 seconds. And also, I feel like that seems dangerous in terms of like being distracting to a driver and the safety. If you're like, not just, it's one thing to quickly tap something on the screen, but to have to do all that cognitive work while actively finishing the thing you're doing, that's just already, ugh.
20 seconds to go yes or no,
Oh,
right?
wow. Okay.
So if you accept a lowball offer, your next offer is lower and it keeps pushing you down, right? Now, if you're picky, it's higher. And then if you start taking the lowball offers, they sneak into there, they push it down again. So whatever it is that's your side hustle that lets you be picky, eventually you lose it.
Wait, that's the Uber algorithm doing that to its own drivers?
To drivers, yeah.
Why?
So this is an algorithm to push their wages down. That's how Uber got profitable, right? For 13 years, they lost $31 billion of the Saudi royal family's money, 41 cents on every dollar they brought in, they pissed away. They eventually put all the other cab companies out of business, induced a lost decade in transit investment, became the only game in town, started screwing the drivers and started raising prices on riders. And they decoupled riders from drivers. You remember it used to be, if you got surge priced for the ride you were paying for, they got surge paid for the ride they delivered. Now it's totally decoupled.
That's decoupled.
It's bizarre.
Which when I learned that part too, I didn't realize they had decoupled that. I can't say I'm surprised, but that's pretty fucked.
I mean, this is just triggering me to me just finding, going on Seek and trying to find a job, because it was very similar, because the amount of it was similar in ways. You're getting so many applications. Like, there wasn't a single job I was applying for that didn't have like minimum 100 applications, basically.
Easy.
And pretty much every time I was getting rejected, it was always the same reason. For the ones that did bother to give rejection feedback, that was always like a salary expectation too high, salary expectation too high, salary expectation.
You value yourself too much.
It's all race to the bottom right now, because there's so many people applying. It's like, well, this person's going to do the same job for less, so I'll go with them. So
no, absolutely. And I mean, that's why it makes sense to me that they're offering as little as $6. Like, and considering how high some of that surge pricing can get as well, absolutely criminal. I think that's most of it, but I'll just let him talk for a couple more.
Dollar world Marxism, where you pay according to your ability and they work according to their need.
It's in shitification. It goes back to the other book. It's that in shitification.
That is in shitification. So I'm going to make you really angry here.
Corey, what? No.
Make you angrier.
And the Roosevelt Institute. So Groundwork Collaborative's Lindsay Owens outfit and the Roosevelt Institute published a report on nurses.
Right.
So it used to be contract nurses were hired through like a local body shop, a staffing agency.
Right. The travel nurses and people like that.
Yeah. Now it's four national apps that compete with each other. They all call themselves Uber for nursing. So maybe you can see where this is going.
Oh, boy.
They buy credit card data from data brokers. And the more outstanding credit card debt you have, the lower the wage you're offered.
Oh, my fucking God.
Because it's a desperation premium, right?
The company that you're working for looks to see your level of desperation so that they can lowball you and
So, John, like me, you have heard of Tennessee Ernie Ford. You know that there are coal bosses who would have done this shit if they could have, right? But they weren't going to be able to hire the army of Pinkertons to follow every coal miner around and figure out who's in the most debt, and then get the boiler room full of guys in green eye shades to mark up the ledgers and change their wages 10 times a minute, right? This is the thing you need AI for. This is what automation gets you on the wage side. And the same thing is happening on the price side, where, again, like it used to be demographers would do this kind of cute Mad Men style thing where they'd be like, well, we got the little old ladies who own 7 cats who live in Sheboygan, and we got this and that. They would go do focus groups. AI just naively buckets people into groups based on behavioral data and then automatically runs experiments to see the highest price they will accept. One of the things that you...
In short, AI is now able to efficiently find the most desperate people to try and accept job. Okay. Great. All right.
They've also, like, I know that they've been, there's a lot of stuff at the supermarkets as well, especially I think it might be the Australian ones and stuff like that, where because they have, you know, the AI stuff implemented, so they obviously can track you based off your FPOS card, all these other things, but they can also then change prices based on when people are walking past. So yeah, and that's obviously that's the late stage.
Here. So
no,
I mean, if it can prove that, that's at least a bit of a fine. But we should probably review those fines to make them a bit more expensive for the supermarkets who are falsely misleading people with their prices.
Well, we need to make them actually negative consequences, like. I think I was watching a video that was talking about how like everyone was stoked because Taylor Swift donated a certain amount of money to the city of New York for her wedding. When they did the actual like how much the money that she actually gave versus how much money she has / net worth, it was essentially the equivalent of her donating a coffee.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
you know, coffees are expensive these days.
It sounds impressive to those of us who don't deal in the millions and billions, but it's pennies to someone who is in the billions. But yeah, it's pretty fucking gross.
But
and I know obviously
they earned that Magenta.
I'm sure Brooke Van Vandel will be very happy that her outgoing legacy on this country will be decimating the rights of workers.
And I'm sure as a long-time supporter and supporter of small government and reducing benefits, she won't claim any kind of benefit that will help her during her pregnancy or maternity. I'm sure she will uphold those values completely.
Oh, maybe she's going to vote for Winston this year.
Pay me to have my baby.
Oh my god, did you hear the crazy fucking Laura McCure on
No.
Was it Lloyd Burr's podcast? He asked her who she thought the most annoying person in the in the opposition, and she obviously said Chloe because of course she was going to say Chloe, but then she basically said something along the lines of that she kind of made a joke to Brooke that she shouldn't let her baby be that close to Chloe, and Lloyd's like, what, because she might indoctrinate the baby? And she's like, oh, you know, because she's just annoying and really loud. Like, she doesn't have to be that loud. It was the weirdest
It's
fucking
like
thing.
anti-Mozart.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just randomly made me think of Laura.
Scientists have proven Chloe will make your baby dumber.
Oh, God. Make your baby smarter and come out hating you.
More likely.
I actually don't know what this story is. All I know is that we're in a swamp.
One.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I didn't come here for sad news. Just kidding.
Kia ora, welcome.
Oh, hold up.
It was
I'll
a
turn
bit of
that
a
back
jam.
down.
We can keep it a little bit quick because we're
okay. We'll go 1.1. Yeah, Jack's
People living in the Christchurch red zone say they've been given until February next year to lead what they describe as a functioning community. The Christchurch City Council plans to flood the area as part flood management and infrastructure works, meaning the settlement must be cleared. Ryan Boswell reports.
More and more camper vans, cars, tents and makeshift structures are popping up across Christchurch's red zone.
No other choice. Well, the choice was if I rented a house, I could afford to pay the rent, but I wouldn't be able to afford electricity or food or pay water. No landlord's going to want you in their house with living like that.
What was once a suburban neighbourhood...
I mean, the landlord probably won't care.
...were cleared after the...
The landlord probably won't care. They'll probably be happy that they're getting the money. They'll just kick you out.
Oh,
once,
yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Once you can't pay the rent anymore.
Earthquakes is now home to around 80 people.
I came here to reflect because I was in depression and grief, and I came in here in my little car to try and sort things out by myself, and then found me a community, or other individuals like me who wanted a community.
Now the community's being told to move. The land has been earmarked for redevelopment. The city council turning the site back
Capitalism
into
needs this land.
I bet you that's why Tama was doing a drive-by. He's probably going through like, ooh, what do you reckon we could get for this land? Do you reckon? What do we?
I think we should
how
flood
many
this place.
hotels? Oh yeah, yeah.
Turn this into a swamp.
And
we got 7 months to move on because they want to flood this land and build an overhead bridge for New Brighton.
There will be wetlands, coastal forests, walking tracks and new flood protections before parts of the area are eventually restored to a floodplain.
I obviously think it sucks because where are these guys going to go?
Social agencies on site again today after council officials suggested residents could access support services, adding the council's own homeless advisor will also help people relocate.
We don't have enough housing here anywhere in the country. There's not enough.
I'd rather stay here because it's not freedom camping, it's being part of something again.
Residents have until February 28 to leave before redevelopment gets started. Ryan Boswell, One News.
Yeah. I mean...
Fuck, that's depressing.
It's pretty shit. Oh, like, you know, it's one thing to ask them just to move, these people that have nowhere to go, but, like, give them somewhere to go, you know, at the very least.
Exactly. And I mean, how fucking horrific have we allowed our country to get when people would rather be living in this state of unhousedness because it gives them a community? Like, this is what all of the fucking horrible gentrification and the cost cutting and all these things have like led to people being so isolated that they'd rather live in shitty conditions with good people than live in good conditions near shitty people.
I mean, it does kind of seem chill there. I kind of want to go visit them.
Oh, I mean, the community
Play some
vibes. Like
ukulele.
I've seen a few videos from people around there, and yeah, it seems like, they're all people in shit situations, and when you're in a shit situation, you don't want to make someone else's situation harder either. You just want to put what you've got together and maybe make it a little less shit.
It does seem
So,
relaxing sometimes too. It's like, man, it seems like the simple life would just be like easier sometimes, just out camping.
Well,
I'm not saying
the
they have a
thing
great
is, I
time,
mean-
but
No, yeah, but I mean, I think if people say like this could be another argument for a UBI.
yeah.
If people have what they need to think, they can spend time fostering community. They
Yeah,
can
exactly. It's
spend
so
time
social
doing their
connection.
crafts and-
You're less
Yeah.
detached from people. You're spending more time, in the community, creating
Rather than being
attachments.
so busy with work that by the time you're finished, all you want to do is go home, let alone fucking maybe go to
Yeah.
the supermarket after. Then, God forbid, actually try having the energy to socialize.
Yeah, slump on
It's-
the couch, watch Netflix, scroll your phone.
Yeah. Well, and also, but an interesting conversation that I saw pointed out of kind of one of the downsides to like how we exist in a streaming, whatever you want on demand kind of world. Because we aren't consuming the same types of media as regularly, we aren't also having those things as a way to kind of foster those conversations, Like, sure, it kind of sucked having to only have Shortland Street to watch at 7 o'clock on a Monday to Friday. But it meant that, like, when you went to school or work the next day, you could be like, oh, how was that episode of Shortland Street? Or, oh, did you see that episode of The Block? Rather than how we kind of consume it in our own time, in our own way. And, like, we might send a text to some of our friends who also really like the show, but even then, it's not really that kind of uniting us and giving us stuff to kind of share in.
And there's this book that's called, I think it's Bowling Alone, which is all about the sort of end of basically this. People used to sort of get community groups that were not, that they were like I don't want to say politically motivated, but they were like united by like some kind of political persuasion or political movement. Like, you know, you'd have your socialist group or something like that, and you would go, and it would be all around some kind of social act. Like, you know, you'd go bowling and you'd have like discussions about political theory or something like that. Whereas, I don't know, if we could get like more into those kinds of things again, it would be great. But everything's
It's the same way we like
online.
cafes and like third spaces where a lot of revolutions and movements came out of, because it's when people have the ability to just talk to each other about what's going on in their lives, it always naturally leads to politics, because at the center of politics is just people existing
exactly
around each other. Like, oh man, this is why we need a green government.
No,
we get out
red
of the
or blue.
bed,
That's your only choice.
Before we get out of the bed, this one was very last minute that I added in, but we have to see this shit because people would probably yell at me if we didn't.
I yell at you anyway.
Fair enough.
Breaking news: there are literal Nazis in New Zealand first. This is Nicholas Newport.
What?
He does rather fit the stereotype. Newport has previously praised Hitler, and under a previous name, Nicholas Wells was involved with the National Socialist Network. That's this neo-Nazi group, unfortunately formed by another New Zealander. So understand, when we talk about the growing far-right problem, we are not exaggerating. Shadowy groups like Action Zealandia are operating behind the scenes, and many of their supporters are trying to enter respectable political spaces, if you could call New Zealand First respectable. Their views, like the Great Replacement theory, are gaining increasing traction within New Zealand First. The party has never been particularly woke, but their recent rhetoric has gotten out of hand. Whether it's Ron Mark's call for us to militarily back the US, or Winston's constant backing of Israel, the party has lost its way. And now it appears they are courting the Nazi vote. Our ancestors, including those on the political right, opposed the Nazis. Hating these folks used to be one thing we could all rally behind. And now, I'm not so sure. Breaking news.
I mean, I'd agree with pretty much all of that, except for losing their way. I mean, did they ever have a way?
Well, you know, I do think that part is up for debate.
Yeah.
But, yeah, well, because I went to go look for the article that he's got on there, but it's fucking paywalled, as it usually is.
No.
And I also saw that Tanya Waikato technically posted a video, but when I went to click on it, it was mysteriously no longer available. So it might have got zucked. I'm not sure. But, yeah, just adding to the real quality that is in New Zealand First. I'm sure Winston would be very proud of this young man. Do you reckon he's going to put his resignation forward?
I don't know, but I like his shirt. Not this guy.
Oh,
this
sorry,
guy.
I thought you meant the neo-Nazi.
Not the Nazi. No.
I was like, what do you mean? But yes,
Very
this
colourful.
guy does have a pretty good shirt.
Yeah, no, I zoned out the other guy. He wasn't even.
Yeah,
He wasn't even in my
fucking
sights.
bogan looking motherfucker. But yeah, is anyone super surprised? No, not really. But good to have it on our radar. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Oh, speaking of New Zealand First.
Hey.
I didn't realize how well those went into each other. Hell yeah, I love that for us. Do we want to play the video first?
Yeah,
or-
play the video first. Just get us into the story. For
You
those
gave
who
me the
uninformed.
video link second. Oh, it's audio link.
No.
Oh,
Play the video. I mean, the video's
Oh,
in the story.
oh,
Yeah.
well, it's always fucking down in the story. I'll probably have to turn this
Yeah,
one
well,
up a little
blame
bit, won't I?
one news for that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's still on 200. Sweet, that should be all good then.
Why didn't it change over? It's still on the same tab.
Oh, sorry. Lamau, I thought I had moved it back to this one.
Beautiful.
Prime Minister says Winston Peters' comments in Parliament to a Chinese Kiwi MP were racist, but that he won't dismiss his foreign minister. This as China officially expresses concern
Racism is Luxon approved.
over the remarks. Political reporter Sophie Trigger has the latest.
Christopher Luxon.
Actually, sorry, I did hear the argument. It's not racism, it's xenophobia. So I guess xenophobia approved.
Well, I mean, it's a bit of both.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, because he's
I was
looking at a
making a joke.
man who is Chinese and, you know, saying he's not a part of this country, go to the... But, yeah.
In Tauranga today, fielding a
Good joke,
familiar
mate.
question.
What are you going to do with Winston Peters?
The Prime Minister distancing himself from Peters' comments.
A Chinese, Kiwi, New Zealander. He has as equal right to be in that parliament
Hold
as
up.
a first-class citizen in the same way that Winston Peters.
Chinese, Kiwi, New Zealander. That's a bit of a redundancy there at the end. Kiwi, New Zealander?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe Lawrence is part Kiwi. Have we checked? I don't know.
I don't actually know.
He could be.
Maybe as well.
Saying there's a bigger game afoot.
It's very easy to denigrate immigrants and to drive xenophobia in this country. But this is a country that he's trying to talk about a problem that we don't have.
A problem he might have, the Chinese embassy meeting with MFAT over Peters' comments. China's foreign ministry also weighing in.
Parliamentary debate in New Zealand is the country's internal affair and we have no comment on it. China opposes all forms of discrimination and prejudice. We hope the relevant people in New Zealand will do more to promote friendship between the two countries.
The Chinese ambassador also responding yesterday.
New Zealand and China have a very good relationship whereby such matters of concern are dealt with behind closed doors, not in public. But you'll see him begin to change because there's clearly been some concern about what Mr. Peters said.
Winston Peters not commenting today, but the Prime Minister says the relationship with China is not at risk.
We've also got a lot of trade that's happening on that place, so I'm not worried about that. He's had a lot of spats with the Chinese ambassador over many, many years.
Whether it's the security concerns...
Isn't that
So
healthy?
somehow that makes it okay?
Yeah, that's
right?
great. I congratulate our foreign minister for not being able to conduct, civil
To
diplomacy.
be a fucking adult?
Yeah. He's
Like-
always fighting. Well, it's not a big deal. Like,
I
what?
thought he was supposed to be mature, not acting like an absolute child.
Yeah, keep
whether
that,
it's
man.
development
Keep him in
concerns,
the
whether
job.
it's diplomacy concerns. The overall relationship is a bit more rocky than it has been of late, and this just adds to discomfort.
Discomfort at home also causing concern.
It has a huge impact on migrant communities. A number of schools and workplaces are working as hard as possible to make their places more inclusive, and these sorts of comments set that work back.
To be clear, do you think Winston Peters' comments were racist?
Yes, I do.
But some say stronger action is needed. Opportunity today unveiling its list ranking and joining those calls.
This is repeated behaviour that we have seen from Winston Peters. It's not the first time that it's happened, and that's why I think it warrants dismissing him as the foreign minister.
On why he hasn't done that, Luxon says it's 3 months until the election. And what happens
This would be very
I can't risk
inconvenient
it.
for me.
Yeah. I can't risk it. Have you seen how badly I'm polling at the moment?
I don't know why he thinks 3 months is going to help him, but I mean,
Yeah, it's also I didn't realize, but I've got a clip from Ryan Bridge that we should definitely
if it's relevant,
yeah, no, it's directly relevant to his comments. We can listen to the audio first. though.
yeah, let's listen. Well, this is him in Morning Report, so let's listen to what he has to say to JC.
Oh yes.
Listen to him dance around several times, not answer a question.
Oh, I mean, he does the same on Ryan Bridge, so
Talking
good to know
about
he's
Winston Peters,
consistent.
turn to Winston Peters, your Foreign Minister, who said to a Green MP, a New Zealand citizen who's been here for 30 years since he was a child, go back to your own country and go back to where you've come from. Have you spoken to Mr. Peters?
Also,
about
help
that?
me.
I haven't. As I've already said, the comments are clearly racist. They're offensive and inappropriate.
Why haven't you
Lawrence.
spoken? He's your Foreign Minister. Why haven't you spoken to him?
Do your job.
Well, I've been talking. Well, I've been on the road. I've been talking through the It's pretty clear, and he's watching.
Have you heard of a cell phone? I'm on the road. I can't talk to him while I'm on the road. You know. How do you
Yeah, that
talk
would
to
be-
someone whilst you're not there in person? How do you do that?
Right? My
in this modern
limousine
world?
doesn't have a phone in it.
No.
He would hear it more unambiguously if you called him, wouldn't he?
I'm just saying to you, Lawrence Shannon is as much a Kiwi as Winston Peters. Our
That's not what he
Chinese
said,
community
bro.
made a huge contribution to New Zealand. The comments are racist and offensive, as I've said many times last week. It is deliberate attention seeking from a career politician to get the attention on himself rather than the issues that matter to Kiwis. And so, if you want politicians focused on the issues that matter, as I said, economy, jobs, incomes, not these sideshows or distractions, then party vote national.
That characterises him as New Zealand First Leader, right? And that
Also, just the way he tried to use that as a moment to campaign, like, my guy.
I don't know what his strategy is. It's just like trying to convince people, like, nah, vote for us again if you want more. It's like, dude, you're in the 25% range right now on polling. Like, why do you think, like,
to mention the fact that there were those other polls that are showing that people trust Labour to actually deliver on more outcomes. I don't even know if National made it onto that list at all. I think it was just Greens and Labour. Can't remember, but it does seem like a weird, like, really, now is not the time to remind people that you're running for another term of government. Maybe give it a break between this talk and doing that.
I remember this was his strategy last time too. It was 2 ticks National. That was his like response on coming up to the election. It didn't work then. It won't work now. It's not going to get you a majority.
You could argue it did kind of work, unfortunately.
Yeah, but no, because he still had to form a coalition.
Was a lot of hate. Yeah.
He still had to form a coalition, though. That's the whole point of him going party vote National, because he wants to get enough so he doesn't. That's his entire point.
He can do it on his own.
Yeah. We want to get basically what Labour had in 2020. 2020, the majority, 50+%. So we don't need to go in a coalition with these kinds of people. Which, if you think you're going to get an extra 25% in the next 3 months, you are delusional. I don't know what the fuck else to say. It's not going to happen.
He is Delulu.
Yeah.
Major Delulu.
It makes it a distinct and domestic issue. That's not the case, is it? The New York Times, the South China Morning Post, China Daily, the Straits Times, Al Jazeera, AFP, Reuters, and so on, all refer to him as New Zealand's foreign minister. Is it appropriate for our foreign minister to say such things? And if not, what is the Prime Minister doing about it?
Well, again, I should say the New Zealand-China relationship's a long-standing one, and it's actually in very good heart. The Foreign Minister and the Ambassador, for sure, have had spats before, but this is him talking in his New Zealand First capacity. It is attention.
It's not how it's being reported, though, Prime Minister. It's not.
Okay, I'm sorry, but when it comes to being like this, because I believe this was during the general debate in the House, because I was actually, funnily enough, I was listening to this live when it happened, but I wasn't watching the screen, so I didn't realize it was Lawrence he was speaking to, because I just remember randomly going to my flatmate and being like, Winston Peters just told someone to go back to their own country. Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Wouldn't be the first time he had a senior moment.
But the thing about when they're doing these debates is that a lot of the time, sure, there will be times where ACT and NZ First are mostly kind of going for their own specific point. But majority of the time, they're all working together. Like the amount of times, especially at question time, where you'll have the other side asking really good questions, and then you'll have New Zealand First and ACT coming in and being like, oh, but what about what you guys said you're doing for this, setting them up so that they can actually look good. It's ridiculous
the softball
to say
questions.
Ridiculous to say that he's just representing New Zealand.
Well,
First.
He's trying to say somehow Winston Peters can compartmentalize himself as being the leader of New Zealand First and Foreign Minister. Why can't you do that? Why can't we all do that? It's like, well, no one does that except for him. Duh.
Also, I just can't believe how fucking feckless he is as a leader. Like, you're so bad at your job that you can't rein in one of your ministers.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to be
apparently he hasn't talked to him yet.
Oh yeah, true. It's too hard to get in contact with
Maybe
each
it's
other.
Winston. He doesn't know how to use a phone. Maybe that's the issue. He has been.
Or Winston's blocked him. I bet you Winston's blocked him. He's like, no, I don't want to hear anything you have to say.
Should you have called him and said, stop?
Well, the comments, I've given immediately my perspective on it, which is right from immediately when those comments were passed. It's racist, offensive, and inappropriate. I don't know how to be any clearer about that. You've heard me stand up and actually
the way you could be clearer about him, I'm sorry to stick to this point, but you are the Prime Minister, he is your Foreign Minister. The way to be clearer about it is not send him messages through the media, surely. Why haven't you called the guy?
Well, John, I will talk to him at some point, I'm sure about it. But the point is, I've been on the road. He's been on the road. The point is, I have a strong view about it. It is racist and offensive. That's it. But I'm also calling out the game that's going on here. It is deliberate attention seeking to push buttons to get the attention on himself on issues that rather than issues that matter.
Yes, and when a kid is just sitting there throwing a tantrum and pushing buttons, you make clear boundaries with them. You tell them why it's not okay to do certain things, and you enforce those boundaries. He's not like he's some out of control thing that cannot be talked to well. I mean, but the way he acts probably is a bit.
And what Kiwis are concerned about is the economy, jobs and incomes. That's where not these shadows, not these sideshows or these distractions that we've got going on with this kind of stuff.
The Kiwis are also concerned about their right to be regarded as Kiwis, aren't they?
Sorry? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And that's what I say to you. You've heard my comments, supporting the Indian community after those remarks. You've heard my comments supporting the Chinese community. Lawrence Shunan is as much a Kiwi as Winston Peters and can say exactly what he wishes in that parliament in the same way that anyone else can.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm hearing a broken record. We can probably move on.
But I'm also trying to...
Yeah, let's go to this quick one because fucking... Ryan actually asked good questions, and Winston just has a straight up. What did I write it down as? Winston goes on a random crash out tirade. That's what I called it.
And before I want to come to your policy, but I just want to clear up this last week's stuff. We all heard what you said to Lawrence Shunan in the House, all that, but it was actually something that your deputy said, which was that Lawrence Shunan needed to know his place. I just wondered, what does that mean? Do different people have different places in New Zealand society?
What it means is your colleagues don't know how to do their job properly. I was talking about the appalling circumstance where so much deceit was around the COVID-19 epidemic that so many New Zealanders were unnecessarily harmed when medical information was against them getting the vaccine the second time. I'm talking about 12 to 17-year-olds. And thousands of them will have a truncated life as a consequence of that. And then this clown shouts out, "Did you get vaccinated?" And he kept shouting that out. That's what happened, and I'm not going to leave from that. And I told him what he could do with himself, because frankly, it was about the fact that there's full-scale inquiries going on in the United States at the moment. You got Fauci's up in front of the Senate. And
now he's sounding like your ex-co-worker.
As to what happened. And back in here, we had a massive cover-up in New Zealand. All these political parties signed up to the podium of truth. And the rest is history. That's what happened last week. That's what the debate was about. And nobody's even knowing at this point in time what we were speaking about. But that's what I was talking about when this person shouted out in the way he does. And I'm not going to backtrack on people like that. If they can't have respect for the argument and part of the debate, then they're going to get the consequences. And that's what happened to them.
No, totally understand what...
I love how confused you are.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't follow most of that. Could you translate that?
That's the thing. So... instead of actually answering the question, he starts trying to be like, oh, so your people don't know how to do their job. So take shade at Ryan Bridges' team. He then starts to talk about the COVID-19 vaccine, the misinformation, what's happening with Fauci, because I'm assuming the comments that maybe Lawrence was saying from across the house during that he then replied to the know your place. But in none of that does he explain what he meant by that. And it keeps going. It's very funny.
The debate was about, we spoke about this last week, it was about COVID. Look, I wasn't the biggest fans of those restrictions either, let's be honest. However, he's in Parliament. But hang on, just let me finish the question, because it's hard to answer a question unless one's been asked.
You're worse than that. The mainstream media, the mainstream media just went along with it. The mainstream media went along with the podium of truth. The mainstream media attacked me for going down and talking to the protesters who were legitimately protesting.
Now he's talking about the protesters on the front. Yeah, this is where the dementia is really hitting pretty hard for me, because it is all so, like, he clearly is so focused on this Fauci vaccine. And I mean, all New Zealand First have been doing, I've noticed, is just specifically dog whistling to the people they're trying to talk to. Like, I noticed Casey Costello at the debate only really talked about superannuation things and old people related things. So yeah, he just keeps going on this random
I guess it's not
tirade.
necessarily like dementia, but it's like tunnel-minded. You know, you're so laser-focused on just these few things that have happened in recent history that you can't talk about anything else. Kind of like he's very stuck in his.
I can
this
see
pipeline.
the hyperfixation on a certain thing.
That's the way I'm looking. Yeah.
It's still just very like, and Ryan's weirdly doing a good job in this, which is what I found.
Yeah. It could have some relation to dementia. Who knows? I'm not a cognitive doctor. I wouldn't know.
I was more meaning
really...
from the terms of the fact that like I've just noticed the major patterns of him just never actually answering what is asked of him, and not in just like a normal politicians don't answer things, but in like it's always going on this aggressive rant. Very quick to anger, and the quick to anger part is what really I think triggers that for me, because I watched my friend's mum make that cognitive decline, and the aggression is one of the really like stark things about that.
Yeah, I mean, going quickly off script, I think that it maybe is a tell, because I think that one of the tests they do is like they just give you like a very simple like 3-step.
Sorry.
They give you like a simple 3-step task, and like usually they'll look for some kind of deviation within those like simple 3-step tasks, usually some kind of indication. But mind you, I probably do the same because I'm just so like very I can't focus on anything.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
No, I'm sure the chat has never noticed anything like that happening.
Surely.
But we don't need to keep watching it. It was just real funny watching Ryan actually kind of doing a good job once. And yeah, I would highly recommend going and watching just specifically this clip though, if you do want to watch the rest of it.
I'm gonna be
It's
horrible.
titled, Don't Say I Came Here 5 minutes ago. Which is funny because I know when I heard Emily and I think Chewy talking about it last week. The news mentioned that Lawrence came here in like 1993 or something, and Emily was like, "That's before I was even here."
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize he'd been here for that long, but I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah,
Bro's been here
he's been in the
me.
country longer than I've been alive too. Yeah.
Right. All right.
So technically more Kiwi than I am, I guess.
True. I mean, he probably thinks he's more of a New Zealander than you are. Do you want me to play this .wav before we look at the article for the business, the parent-child
No,
business leader thing?
no, we need the context, I think.
All right. Okay. Well, business leaders equal to government. Christopher Luxon says days after parent-child mentality comments. I did find this one quite funny. The Prime Minister says the government and business owners are equal players and must work together to drive economic growth. That must be why he's letting all of them influence our legislation. That's why. At Aotearoa Business Chambers event last week, where he got yelled at, which was great. Last week, its chief executive Melanie Short told Christopher Luxon some were questioning how long they could hang on as they grappled with escalating costs. Luxon told the audience some businesses had a parent-child mentality and too often looked to the government for help. How fucking patronizing. Barbara Edmonds labelled that as patronizing lecture and said businesses were asking for an economy that works, not a handout. Luxon's office said Edmonds had mischaracterized his comments. He loves the word mischaracterize, eh? He throws it out any chance he can get.
I mean, seems in character for me, so I don't
Right?
think it's a mischaracterization.
No, it's like we all just saw the
Spat on
quote.
point.
I believe very strongly that government, business, community leaders actually are equal in our society. Not the taxpayers. Though.
No,
The
no, fuck the
taxpayers aren't
people.
equals. They don't get fucking shit about shit. They do different things, but they need to work together on the challenges and the obstacles, and also the opportunities that we have. Oh God. As a business owner, your job is to make sure that you actually have great commercial returns, build an awesome culture, have a great customer experience. And the government's job is to make sure we get the settings right: employment law, RMA, investment boost, trade agreements, those things.
Sound like you just
Business
asked us to vote
confidence
for
was
Top.
apparently very good.
He said
Wow.
opportunities.
I see. I also, with this actually here, I saw a comment that someone left on the Big Hairy Debate video, pointing out that a lot of the coalition have been repetitively using the word actually, and also pointed out that apparently it was one of John Key's favourite words, which random little side thought, but just made me think
everyone's
of
got
it.
their favourite words. I mean, I
Yeah,
can't tell you
of
what
course.
mine are.
Is
Actually,
it
I might.
actually?
No, I thought of what it was, but I don't want to say it.
Is it doo-doo?
Yes, it's doo-doo.
Let's listen to this web, I guess. I have no idea what this one's from.
Oh, this is the interview.
When it decides to play.
Again from the RNZ interview this morning.
Oh, yes.
Can we begin with the Rotorua Business Chamber breakfast on Friday, in which the Chamber's chief, off the back of a pretty negative Rotorua Business Pulse survey, asked, and I quote, "The challenge now is that we're taking on some extra costs. We don't want to pass them on because we're also getting less customers through the door, so it's a matter of time. How long can we hang on?" Do you stand by your response to her?
Well, look, I was a bit disappointed in obviously how that was reported and presented, because that was not my intention to cause any offence at all. My bigger point was I was trying to say the government's role is to empower and enable businesses, because they are the lifeblood and the backbone of New Zealand. And, we've actually got to work together because we do different things.
What was wrong with the reporting of it? What was wrong? What was factually wrong about the reporting of it?
It's just more that obviously there's been a media story about it. That's what I was saying. I think if you go through the full, we had a
I can't believe you guys reported on this.
And I was also trying to talk about that there's actually some very good things going on in the economy. We've got good levels of growth. Our sectors like exports and tourism and
report on the good things.
Manufacturing on fire at the moment, and services doing incredibly well. We've got consumer business, farmer confidence. Yes, there's more to do.
Business confidence.
There's businesses that have gone through a very, very difficult time, John. I mean, and I acknowledge that up front, and
I just want
admiration for them.
I just want to go back to your answer, though. So she asked you that question, and your first words were, and I quote, "I think that's a negative view," to be honest. But it wasn't a view, was it? It was based off a formal, measurable survey. It's not a view, it's their reality. They are in the survey talking about a severe margin squeeze, an unrelenting drop in business affordability, near record price hikes simply to offset soaring overheads, cost pressures completely eclipsing revenue. That's not a negative view. That's their experience as small to medium business owners.
Yeah, sure. And an earlier question, John, I acknowledge that up front with small business owners, I always do, because they've been through an incredibly difficult time. My point was that there's also lots of other positives in the economy that,
positives.
We actually do have very good levels of business confidence at the moment across New Zealand. We've got very good levels of farmer and retail
But she was telling you exactly the opposite of that, wasn't she? She was telling you exactly the opposite of that. It's just, and I guess it just comes out to a point the Post has made this morning in an editorial. I don't know if you've seen it. It's pretty brutal. It's headlined, "National has one last chance to reconsider leadership before the election," which feels fairly pointed. And they say, "More concerning for the self-proclaimed party of business, Mr. Luxon has never adjusted to leadership of a nation of small and medium-sized businesses rather than corporate monoliths." And the editorial talks about your clunkiness in Rotorua. You misread the room, didn't you?
No, I disagree, John. My point was about the fact that government and business
definitely misread the room. They hated you.
The operating system up. The businesses write the apps. The two work together in order to get the growth that happens. That was what I was talking about how we empower businesses. I think if I look at the way Labor treated businesses during that period during COVID, they did things to businesses. They dictated terms to them. We've taken a very different approach about empowering, partnering, engaging with business. If you think about how we've gone through like the fuel crisis, so that was the point that I was making.
You've done nothing during the fuel crisis.
Yeah, I was about to say, didn't they just kind of give some people $50 or some shit?
I think they did like a family, like a very, very targeted family announcement for like a family relief financial thing, but that's about it. But mostly, the thing they've done the most was they brought in basically like the COVID traffic light system, like slightly more complex, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
And pretty much the entire time they've been like, "No, it's good." And it was pretty much, I think, the only reason they brought it in, so they could say, "See, we're good, things are good. Our metric says it." So yeah, we probably don't need to finish the rest of this. We get what he's saying.
Well, we're not going to stop talking about him real quickly because we've got one last thing. I think this finishes off our Lux.
He's my favorite subject. Now, let's keep talking about him.
Prime Minister defends $20,000 spend on chopper from Auckland to Hamilton for farmer rally and Kmart hub trip. Yep.
Kmart?
Yeah, man.
Wait, what does that mean? That must have been, was that like a special event? He wasn't just going to Kmart. That's what it sounds like.
All right. Has twice used Defence Force helicopters for trips between Auckland and Hamilton, costing over $7,500 and $12,000. Staff can reveal more than $7,500 was spent getting a Defence Force chopper to pick up Luxon in Auckland and take him to an event at Mystery Creek, which I'm going to assume is the
Mystery Creek. All right, I want
big
to go there.
that big
Sounds great.
farm days I think is what it's called.
Okay.
If Laura's in the chat, she could tell me.
I feel like there's a wine called Mystery Creek, so maybe they have a winery.
I mean, yeah, Mystery Creek in Hamilton is, funnily enough, near where I used to go to these events for disabled and underprivileged children. They were really cool. And that was in 2024, and more than $12,000 was spent to pick him up from Auckland for a trip to Hamilton to visit the Kmart distribution hub in April 2025.
I mean, they bumped up all the Special Defence Force, funding, so they may as well, use it. They got these new helicopters and everything. I'm not sure if we got the new helicopters yet.
Actually, when was April 2025? Are we in the middle of a fuel crisis then? I'm pretty sure we were in the fuel crisis by April, weren't we?
No. No, this year. That's only been this year.
Oh, I don't. You know how sometimes you read the year and you're like, yeah, that's the year we're in.
No, we're in 2026
My brain went, it's 2025, right? Oh, no, that's
Unfortunately.
right. It's 2026. So taken 41 domestic flights with the Defence Force, which do not appear to be part of a disaster or civil defence emergency response. Documents released by the Defence Force list the Mystery Creek event the Prime Minister was flown to as field days. There it is. Close. However, the dates don't align. That's interesting. Luxon's diary for that day lists a Waikato public meeting. Luxon attended the Federated Farmer... Oh, not fucking Federated Farmers. Restoring Farmer Confidence Tour. Oh my God, not the Federated Farmers. Fucking hell.
I mean, we need to restore confidence in the farmers,
When he travelled to that event, a helicopter crew from the Royal New Zealand Navy flew from Whenua Pai Air Base in Auckland to the inner city helipad at Mechanics Bay and then on to Hamilton. The Kmart Distribution Centre at the Ruakuta Super Hub, and whatever that kind of
He's a
chopper
busy
is.
man. He was flying around.
Oh.
He had a lot of places
So
to
he
go.
can fly around to all these places, but he can't call Winston Peters?
I mean, at least he wasn't. At least this time he wasn't going on top of like a glacier to cut a cake. So
Yeah, he went to go meet up with the Federated Farmers. That's much better.
I mean,
He might as well have gone and hung out with the TPU. Flight time for the helicopter was 5.9 flying hours at a cost of nearly $13,000. According to Google Maps, the drive between Mechanics Bay and the Super Hub is an hour and 22. Well, the drive time between Mechanics Bay and Mystery Creek is about an hour and a half.
dude, he likes flying around in helicopters. What do you want to do?
I mean,
you want to guilt him for this, for flying around in a helicopter?
Oh, how can I
people can't
begrudge
afford
him?
food? Are you seriously? That's a low blow, Magenta.
Yeah, you know what?
The man
It's
just has a
'cause
passion
I'm
for
one of those
helicopters.
poor people who's
Yeah.
just jealous because I got skill issues.
Yeah, why don't
And
you
I just want-
work hard and become the Prime Minister like this man, and then you can ride around in a helicopter. All right?
Fucking don't make me, or I will. I don't wanna, but if I have to, I'll fucking do it. Although when I heard about the MP superannuation scheme, I was kind of like, actually, maybe it could be worthwhile being.
I mean,
an
it could,
MP
it could
for a
be,
little
you know,
bit.
if you can get voted in, fuck
Um,
it, may as well.
I mean, who knows? Maybe one day. So Kieran McAnulty sees it differently, accusing the Prime Minister of not wanting to mingle with the public at airports.
No.
I didn't even think about that because every chance that he has to be accosted by someone is another chance he has to fuck things up further. So maybe that's part of their mitigation plan is like, how
Absolutely.
can we keep Luxon away from as little people as possible? Like, honestly, after those clips we listened to of John Campbell with Luxon, I wouldn't be surprised if Luxon stops going and talking to him because he was being very, very forceful, which I appreciated.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to put out on John Campbell. You know, like that's a tough sell. That's a tough sell. Like, you're gonna quit John Campbell but keep Mike Hosking? Like, no.
Yeah. All right. I don't know what this one's about.
We can probably maybe skip this one, honestly, if we want.
All right.
Yeah, we're running a
I
bit
have
low
no
on
idea
time.
what it is. We can always check it in next week if we come back and have a look. To be fair, we can probably jump this one to next week as well. How about we just jump straight to the good?
Let's go to the good. Let's go to some good news. All right.
We didn't get a lot either, so
Yeah. So this one has a video.
Actually, both of our good news are about
trains.
Yeah. Trains are the only good thing we have going at the moment, guys. Which I'm so here for. Oh, do we have a video for this one?
We do have a video for this one. Whilst you play it, I realized I left my heater on.
Can't afford to heat your house, man. What are you doing?
It's concerned there won't be.
Let me just make this bigger.
Be enough infrastructure in South Auckland to cope with the expected population boom. The communities are expected to add more than 100,000 new residents over the next 3 decades. Preparation for expansion's already underway with the opening to 2 new train stations. Louise Tanuth reports.
Arriving for Drury, after 50 years, it has a train station again.
I think it's quite special. It's certainly upmarket from what I've seen elsewhere.
I guess for the people in Papakura will have to wait a little longer and may miss the odd train if there's a lot of crowds from here.
I travel into the city twice a week, so yeah, super excited.
Pairata is getting a station too, with 3 in total being added between Papakura and Pukekohe on the existing Southern Line. The area is one of many tipped for significant growth.
There's already planned developments that are likely to put in Drury, for instance, 23,500 new residents, and then something like 4,500 for Pairata in the next several years.
From tomorrow, passengers will be able to hop on board at the 2 new stations, and additional bus services have also been added to allow travel to and from those stations. According to Auckland Transport, the new stations will mean an extra 700,000 trips a year, and they'll be quicker too.
For me, instantly cuts half an hour off my commute every day, so it's going to be great for people.
Or maybe he should take a Defence Force helicopter to cut the time.
On the outskirts of Auckland, the areas are a cheaper option for developers, but being connected to adequate water infrastructure, schools, healthcare and supermarkets is crucial to get the balance right.
To make it not just a, what you call bedroom community, but an actual place that people can live and meet their needs.
They see all of these new subdivisions and they hear about them. It's a question that is, constantly asked. What is council doing? What is government doing?
Some say this time the order is right.
Government's building roads.
For New Zealand to build.
I said government's building roads. Roads of national significance. Fuck trains. Roads. Roads are where it's at.
Infrastructure first, and then have the housing come later.
Trying to keep up as our largest city continues to grow. Louise Tanuth, One News.
It would actually be neat to see some cost comparisons between like what it costs to like build this and the roads of national significance. Comparison.
Well, yeah, because we've got figures on how much it is per kilometre.
Mm.
Then I'd also be curious too on like maintenance costs in terms of because
it's way cheaper for trains.
I was gonna say my understanding is that it would be much better for trains because you're having a relatively consistent weight load. Like you're not having these tires constantly going from trucks and all these other things as well.
Yeah, it's sort of less to check. It's not like constant repavement. Like this is strong iron. Like it lasts way longer. Stuff like that. I guess the only even then, like diverting is like usually just some track switching whilst you go around that section of track, but that's only a reason to build more tracks and that kind of thing so you can divert easier. But yeah,
I also, because I believe I was reading an article about the good old CRL and the fact I think they've done about 17,000 safety checks in the lead
safer
up
too.
to...
That's another thing to consider.
Yes. Yep. Actually, if I can quickly find it, I'll see if I can find the picture they had of this funny picture, and it was of them like trying to drag a dummy out of the like the train doors because they were obviously practicing for if there was any kind
Someone
of
got stuck.
emergencies. Yeah, well, like, what if the train has to get smashed in the middle of the thing, and
Gotcha.
so they actually have tried out a bunch of testing out what could maybe not have been accounted for, what might be more difficult. So it's good to see they're putting a good amount of effort into it. And this the other little positive one I could find was art brings tikanga Māori to one of Auckland's busiest streets.
What does this have to do with trains?
Just wait.
Okay. All right.
New Māori art is bringing tangata whenua narratives into the heart of Tāmaki Makaurau, ready to welcome in thousands of visitors who will descend on one of Auckland's busiest streets. People will now be able to see and touch 2 new taonga toi, which were blessed and unveiled at a formal dawn ceremony led by Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei early on Wednesday morning. When the City Rail link is open, thousands of train passengers will arrive at street level through the northeastern exit from Te Waihorotu station and immediately be welcomed by toi Māori. Wahine is a 3.7 metre bronze sculpture of a Māori woman performing a karanga and is created by master carver Arikatera Katz Maihi and weaver Baronia Scott. Maihi told RNZ the statue will allow Māori to see themselves in the centre of Auckland. And look how stunning that is.
Cool.
You can go down and go give the old cheer.
Let's go give it.
That's what I'd do.
You just walk up. All right.
Yeah, just a cheer. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hopefully it's got one of those little history plaques on it, and I'll read that. That's usually
I love me an explainer plaque on something. Look at that.
Yeah, but speaking of, the guy was talking about saving 30 minutes on his commute, and that was ages away out of Auckland. Even then, once the City Rail link opens, I'm gonna save about 15 minutes on my current or proposed what's gonna be my soon-to-be work commute over to, oh god, where is it? It's not Newmarket. No, it is Newmarket. No, it's not Newmarket.
Oh yeah, I know Newmarket.
It's not Newmarket.
I mean, that's not far from where you are.
No, I'm forgetting the station. Anyway, I'm gonna say 15 minutes. That's the important bits.
Yes, and I'm sure it'd be a safer, better drive as well because you don't have all those.
No, I'm not gonna drive.
Gas
I'm gonna
guzzlers.
take the train. City Rail.
That's what I mean. It'd be nicer
okay.
because you don't have all those
Gotcha.
cars. And...
I would have said ride. That would have been my choice of words.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Although I wouldn't mind driving the train too.
I mean, you can always ask.
Maybe you can do it on your birthday. It's one of those things.
Maybe it's kind of like maybe like the same way you can ask on airplanes if they can show you the cabin. Maybe you should just go up and ask them if they could show you the cabin of the train.
It's my birthday today, please.
Yeah, can I please see the train? All right, now we're into our meme news. Oh, that's right. I still can't believe I read this today. Good old New Zealand first proposed grant to encourage more Kiwis to having more kids. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
I kind of agree with it in some ways, but it's stupid the way they want to do it. So I like the concept of supporting people who have kids. I'll put it that way. But that's about, I think, where we sort of our paths diverge, I think.
I do think that because I mean, obviously here it says it would provide a tax-free $5,000 annual payment for the first 3 years of a child's life for each family, first, second, and third. So the total goes up to $45,000.
Mm-hmm. And
this is over, well, it's not going to be just 3 years because you got to fucking push the cunts out first. So they're going to be a minimum staggered. $45,000 ain't shit.
No.
When it comes to looking after a kid. I just thought, man.
It's not nothing to point your nose up at, but, it's...
Honestly?
To be fair, well, let's be real. We can literally compare this with the tax breaks that people just got from National. And this is significant if we compare it to that, which was ideally people were looking at a few hundred,
Yeah. I mean, I still don't think it's very much of an incentive to actually be because I mean, I believe the rough estimates on on how much it is to raise a child from 0 to 18, it's about $1 million.
That's a lot of money.
So if you put it in that context, which is the context I'm thinking of it from, I feel like even just, when you think about how expensive, sure, it will definitely, for those who were probably already going to have kids, this would be great because it would just give them that little bit of help to, pay for how expensive kids are, especially in those first 3 years where they grow out of stuff every 2 minutes. But I don't think it's really that substantial. Like, there are more than just a little bit of a bonus to help which actually is, there's an article because they actually talked to a guy who was talking about how I believe talking about what it's like over in Sweden.
That's true. Winston will complain when the wrong people start having kids.
Yeah, and basically he brought up the fact that here, Sweden, for example, offered 480 days of paid leave, with 90 of those available to grandparents. It was extremely generous and also came with free checkups, child health clinics, extra insurance, tax-free cash for each child until they turn 16, and low-cost preschool. It was a very comprehensive package to encourage people to have more children.
You don't need to pay for kids once they turn 16. Just, they're out on their own at that point. Shove them out the door.
Let them out into the wild.
Yeah, exactly. No, you can start, Timmy, you can start earning your keep here. You got to go sweep chimneys.
I mean, I self-ejected at 16, so,
fair
it
enough.
can happen. But he said even that generosity doesn't change people's behavior, because he pointed out the fact that our birth rate is very similar to Sweden's. So it's a little more complicated than just giving a bit of, because it's also the conditions you're bringing this kid into. You've got to think about, okay, teachers are struggling because they don't have enough resources, and those are teachers who will have to teach your kids. There is hospitals. Our hospitals are suffering. We've got free healthcare, but there are so many things that go into considering having a kid. So I think, honestly, I just think it's one of their their grabs that they're doing at the moment, because that's all they really seem to be doing, is just saying whatever sounds good enough to the people that they're hoping might actually go with them because of how bad National looks.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked into this announcement at all, because I assumed, every pretty much New Zealand First policy that comes out, there's probably almost no details explaining how the fuck they're going to do it. Just like how they're going to buy back the banks.
To be eligible, at least one parent would need to be a New Zealand citizen.
Okay.
Which is funny, because I think I saw I think it might have been fucking Ryan Bridge. They're talking about how actually the percentage of children born to New Zealanders, I can't remember the first, I think it might have been last year or the year before, was 72%, but now it's up to actually 83%. So it does actually look like our numbers have been going up a little bit in terms of at least New Zealand born ones.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going to make them sound like they give a shit and like they're trying to help. And I think people who are considering having kids, or, maybe thinking, oh shit, even if we're not planning them, they could happen, we'll go, oh, well, hey, at least that could help us
Well,
out.
I think it will particularly appeal, from a populist perspective, to people who are low income and have a lot of kids, particularly. We'll look at this and go, oh, that could really help me.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, absolutely, which is what they seem to be doing.
And it's, as I said, it's probably so shallow and not very in depth, and probably not really thought through. And probably if they get in, I doubt would ever really come to fruition, at least in the way that they've proposed it. So, but it's enough that people would hear that and go,
about 400 milli, which at least it's not a terribly priced policy. So I'll give them that.
Yeah, true. But again, I'd love to see the working, if they have any.
Yeah.
Which
no, absolutely.
They often don't. They really often don't.
I like these ones out here. Home ownership helps. Healthy community helps. A fully funded health and mental health system helps. Strong workers' rights helps. And great question that I'm not sure of. Is it for the straights only?
That's true. That's true.
Does Winston want us to procreate more if the gays are doing it? I would be very curious to see whether he'd be okay with that. But a government that isn't bigoted also helps. But yeah, it's a pretty nothing policy.
Are we gonna define what a baby is? Is that the next bill?
Oh, bro. I mean, based off the standards they've set for themselves, yes. I would argue technically that would imply they should. Don't mind me, I just had to cough real bad.
Excuse you.
And now we're going to jump real quickly into the segment I have titled "Nobody Wants Councillor Bing Bong." We won't stay on it too long because I'm sure the boys will tell us some of this. For some of you who don't know, Chewy actually posted on Reddit about what went down.
Oh, okay.
So basically, Councillor Ong was there. He was present for both times that we mentioned audience questions would be taken, and to present those questions at halftime. With over 300 questions from our online audience and in person, not everyone was going to have a chance. At halftime, he did not make himself known to that person or anyone else from the event, instead circulating and trying to talk to members of the crowd. Once the questions section begun, Councillor Ong got up and approached forcefully, saying he had a question and that as an elected local councillor, he had a right to ask it. He was told that he had missed his opportunity and that questions were closed. He sat back down for a couple of minutes and then returned, making more of an issue of it and drawing focus away from the stage. Security and Chewy got involved at this point, trying to move him away from the front to where a discussion could be had. Eventually, Ong came with Chewy straight to the police and tried to get them to film what he had to say on his phone, which they refused to do. He wouldn't tell Chewy what his question was and wanted to know if he was removing him or if he could be returned to his seat. Chewy said he could return to his seat as long as he was no longer disruptive to the debate. That lasted until the final comments from candidates, at which point he stood up, which I did hear this yelling, at which point he stood up, shouted a statement that I didn't catch, and was escorted out by police as security. He lingered outside the venue, accosting and filming people, and in one case that Chewy knows of, followed that person back to their car as he tried to make some sort of statement.
At least he's passionate, I suppose.
He then finishes with the closing remarks. The man is cooked, huge persecution complex, arrogant, entitled, and misogynistic based on the difference between how he spoke to me versus how he spoke to several women that night. Ong is woefully ill-suited to being a public official. And, oh yeah, that's right. I wonder if I can...
Do you call him Bing Bong? Is that a racism? Did we do a racism?
Probably.
Yeah, we apologize.
But he's also a dick. He sounds like he needs a bong, to be honest. Sounds
That's
like he
true.
needs to chill the fuck out. Now this is locked, but if I refresh, it might autoplay like it did for me last time. Because last time it autoplayed and you could hear the audio from the video that they're trying to lock us out of.
I'm not hearing
anything. I don't think it is this time. Damn. But they did. BHN posted this. So yeah, concerns over Councillor Benedict Ong's behaviour continue after he was asked to leave a public event twice on Saturday before being removed by police. He also got thrown out of a council meeting, I believe, today. So yeah, bro's pretty...
Is he the one that's been in the news for being like just the I think he might have been in the news before for being disruptive, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah. So
yeah.
He's unfortunately got a bit of a name for himself in that regards. But
can you confirm this is Bing Bong a Pixar character? Because I don't remember that one.
I'll Google it. Hold up.
You could have saved yourself.
Bing Bong Pixar. Let me see.
Don't have to confirm
I don't know. Oh, it is.
It is? Okay.
Oh, it's from the new Toy Story. That's
why.
Oh, no, Inside Out. Sorry, Inside Out. Duh.
Okay. Yeah, I do know that one.
Yeah, no, I actually know that one too. I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh,
Male.
kind of forgot that was his
did
name.
he ever say he was male?
I don't know. Like,
Who are we to make such an
actually-
assertion?
I mean, I don't think I really gendered an imaginary.
I know. I'm
friend,
not. I'm not
to be
really
honest.
associating a gender to this.
Right?
I guess thing is that person. I don't know.
Like, I'm not trying to mate with an elephant. I don't need to know.
Can we clip
I don't
that?
know.
I'm not trying to mate with an elephant.
I guess so. We better get into our last meme
Yep,
news, though.
let's go.
Oh,
this just made me laugh. Discarded SpaceX rocket on a high-speed collision course with the moon. Capitalism's
is there a
great.
video, is it?
No, there's no video. We don't even really need to probably read it much. It's not actually anything of concern. It's not going to cause like any issue to the moon. But also I thought is like one day we're just going to have something hurtling through space and it's going to hit some unknown alien space planet and they're going to be coming to war. And they're going to be like, what the fuck? Why'd you guys do this to us? And we're like, oh, sorry, capitalism, Elon Musk, and we're
Yeah, my
sorry.
bad.
Our bad.
Yeah. They're like,
Whoops.
what's with this weird species who just keeps littering?
Why is your
space?
planet's disgusting? Look at it. It's covered in just
Yeah.
junk.
Oh my god, we'd be like the equivalent of those neighbors who just have like old cars with no
Yes.
tires on the front lawn and like out the back there's just like 1,000,001 different hoarded items.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
the
we're
ghetto
hoarder
of
house.
we're the ghetto
Aw.
of space right now. That's where we
I
are.
don't
People are like,
like
oh yeah,
that.
don't go there. That's why we haven't found any intelligent life. There's like a
Yeah, they're like, no thank you.
We're not going through that
We're
neighborhood. It's a
good.
bad neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah. We've heard things. And now we're into a bit of a cleanse.
Oh, thank
Does
goodness.
one have a noise that we want to hear?
It does have noise, which
Alright.
actually it's part of the joke. This is how seals breathe when they sleep. I don't know if that's legit, but I don't care. This is the best thing I saw all day. I think it was.
Holy shit, that's hilarious.
Cleanse the soul.
I like how they immediately go unconscious as soon as they get air. What's really happening is that oxygen is so toxic to seals that they faint, but they never learn. Oh, that's cute. AI will appreciate this information. Oh god. Oh, that's good. Oh, buddies. Oh, buddies. Oh, pals.
Yeah,
I
these are just two
I'm
cats,
pretty sure this
two
one's
fighting cats that just, they had to. I mean, they've got a feud going. Something happened between these two that they won't stop fighting.
Is this a racism from the white cat?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. My mum told me about you, stripy greys.
Go back to your own country.
Get back to your own country.
Animal looks like a cross between a cat and a dog, but it's actually a sable. Despite their small size, sables are incredibly curious. Whenever they come across something unfamiliar, they'll often stand upright to get a better look before deciding whether to investigate. That
Right.
curiosity is matched by endless energy. They're agile climbers and powerful jumpers, spending much of their day exploring, climbing over logs, and squeezing through places most animals their size would never even attempt. Their long, flexible bodies help them move effortlessly through dense forests, while their thick fur keeps them warm during harsh northern winters, allowing them to stay active even in freezing temperatures. Sables are also surprisingly intelligent. They quickly learn where food can be found, remember the safest routes through their territory, and rely on their sharp hearing and excellent sense of smell to detect prey hidden beneath leaves or snow. Once a sable becomes comfortable around someone, it can also be surprisingly affectionate. Some raised by experienced caretakers will quietly follow their favorite person from room to room. This little
Stalk you.
animal looks like a cross.
I'd
That
love
last one
one.
looked like he was stalking.
I'd
I
love
know,
one, but it'd
right?
probably eat every endangered species in this country.
Oh,
so-
yeah, no. I mean, like most animals that I want to own, I don't think we're allowed them here.
Yeah.
Most of the cute things I like wouldn't be good for our
No.
environment.
Maybe a capybara would be fine. I'd like a capybara.
I don't know if we're allowed to have.
I don't
mean,
think we're allowed, but I feel like they'd be okay.
I'm not gonna mess with nature like that. I'm not smart enough. This is a cat with a Scottish accent, and it's adorable. He's Scottish.
Oh my god. I mean, it's definitely a Scottish cat.
It's definitely a Scottish cat. I don't know what some of these things are, but I'm just.
This is just some interspecies cooperation. We can watch a few. The noise is very important with this one.
Mama. Baby, di mama. Mas. Mama. Mama. Samuel Andrés. Mama. Samuel Andrés. Mama.
That dog really wants the food. Holy
Dog
shit.
versus baby. The dog wins.
Right? And I like the fact that the baby also figured it out. I was like, fuck you, bro.
Shut up.
That food's for me.
Yeah. This is just a helpful chicken helping out its fellow cow.
All right, y'all, you asked for it.
Apparently people asked for this.
That was hilarious.
I guess this was a high demand video that needed to be made. People were just asking for this.
That's hilarious. I've seen videos of people doing similar things with their cats, but like when it's too high for them to reach.
Alright, we don't need to watch this whole thing. We get the point.
Ew. Also, man, those wasps are having a good old time. Do you want to jump? So we're jumping to hot. You want to jump to hot?
Oh, can we just quickly do this one? Just do this one.
Which one?
This one's unrelated. This one at the bottom. This was a bunch of lads that invited their Uber driver to come have drinks with them.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
But
All
it
right,
also
let's
gave me
swipe.
vibes. Like I got the How I Met Your Mother theme in my head when I was going through these videos.
Oh,
These
okay.
slides, sorry.
Oh,
It was
with
just
like that with Raj, the
no,
taxi
just
driver
with,
vibe.
well, not specifically. It was just like, you know how it opens with all them drinking and having a good time.
Nah,
It just
yeah,
gave me that
true.
vibe.
There we go.
Everyone's favorite classic dude bro show.
Good old Rob. Actually, yeah, that's Marshall. That's Marshall right there. Oh my god. Oh, please. Oh my god. They got him to come in and play Catan?
Hell
Are you
yeah.
kidding me? That's
This is the
amazing.
Best Uber ride ever. I love how the guy's just got his shirt
Right.
off at this stage.
Yeah,
We're
he took it
comfortable.
off in the taxi
We're
and he
comfortable
never
around
put
you.
it back on. Right?
Uber driver's like, this was worth the $6.
Oh. I hope, to be fair, this is his tip. You know what I mean?
This is
Uber
the tip.
can't
It's a good
tax him
tip.
the beer in his
Yeah.
hand and the Catan at his feet.
But
So,
that made me
hey.
feel good. Anyway, we can
Yeah.
quickly get into some hot takes.
Yeah.
Alright, we got a
All
couple.
right. We'll
Hold
go.
That's the hottest sauce out there. I have a high tolerance for heat. It's interesting. I'm in extreme pain.
I'm just going to start giving my hottest takes.
So, obviously, we had some.
And I just remembered dry July is over, so I can get out the Pinot Noir.
Oh, you were doing that?
Yeah. While we listen to some great takes.
Wow, yes. I mean, this one I call Casey Costello comes to bat for the tobacco breaks.
Oh, yeah, classic. She would never
got
do
real
that. Why-
offended.
What?
Come up tonight. Helicopters 2.6 billion, landlords 2.9 billion, tobacco 300 million, personal tax cuts 15 billion. That's $20 billion that the government has made decisions to spend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so in other words, the money is there.
Shut up,
You've just
Todd.
chosen to allocate it elsewhere. Fair point?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, no. Casey, tell us why. Because if I have $100 in my account and I put $90 somewhere, then I need 20 for something else. I'm like, there's no money.
Okay,
and it doesn't
just to
matter
come
if I
back
spend it
here.
elsewhere.
all I want to do is put it to bed because it's been repeated over and over again. The 300 million tax cut for tobacco, that was a contingent...
Okay, that's out of 20 billion. Let's not split hairs.
No,
we'll call it 19.7 billion.
Just call it. It is contingent liability for not collecting excise because people stop smoking. It's not money we have and we're giving away. It was a contingent liability.
Yeah, but it's money you would have had.
Let me do the list again then. I'll do the list again just to honour what you've said. Helicopters 2.6 billion, landlords 2.9 billion, personal tax cuts 15 billion. You're still plus $20 billion of
300 million for the heated tobacco tax cut, lost revenue, is still on the list. That is a choice
I really don't want to get caught up in 300 million out of 20 billion though.
I mean, this is why our numbers don't add up. If we're saying that the heated tobacco, I have put up excise on cigarettes every year since I have been in government. 5.6% in the first year, 2.5%.
She says that as if she's the only government that has ever put up excise tax on cigarettes. Like, that was her personal thing she did.
Yeah, she really dances around all of this. To be, yeah.
Mhm.
The fact that Chewy isn't down in -5 is shocking. Honestly.
I feel like maybe people were like in the chat complaining about her rather than like, because I know I would sometimes, like, especially because I had.
I guess no, because what I noticed throughout the entire debate, Casey was pretty steady on almost like the mid range, whereas every time it went to Todd, it was just like. Pfft. So
to be fair, for the most part, she did stay pretty safe in that she did say some stuff. Again, it was mostly just about like superannuants. That's really the main thing she spoke about.
And 3% in the years after. Excise tax on tobacco has continued to go up.
So that's not my question though. I could say let's forget everything other than personal tax cuts. Let's just stay there. We don't have to debate tobacco. I can still say $15 billion less revenue is a choice, not enough to build a hospital. So why don't we just stay with the personal tax cuts?
Yeah, I mean, our party's campaigned on some of those things. Some of them are ours, some of them national, some of New Zealand First. We're delivering on what we campained on. Other things
you campaigned on the hospital.
I think there is still plenty of money.
Can I ask a
moron?
Could still be allocated to health. But sorry to interrupt. And I don't really want to get into a kind of toing and froing like this, but there's also quite a bit that you didn't campaign on. For example, Smoke Free 2025. That's a pretty big health issue that was never campaigned on and then sprung on us. Is that fair?
That was a surprise. Absolutely, it was campaigned on. It was in our coalition agreement commitment.
Guess what, guys?
That's not campaigning.
I went and checked. No, I went and checked. I made sure to check. Technically, they snuck it into their manifesto, but they did not actively discuss it during the election campaign.
Okay, yeah, well, because
they snuck it into their manifesto, but that's as far as they can go as saying they did it.
Well, because even her explanation just didn't make sense. Like, your coalition agreement, that's not the campaign. That's once the election is over. So that she basically just said nothing. She said, yeah, but after the election we talked about it. It's like, yes, that's exactly what he said. You did not campaign on this. Up to the election, you did not say shit about cuts to tobacco or cutting back on smoke-free legislation or any of that stuff, essentially. But apparently, fuck's sake.
I mean, she at least fared better than old Todd. That's for sure.
My favorite, I guess I didn't manage to go through. I'm not sure if you picked it up, but there was essentially a bit where Todd just said, "We don't apologize." He essentially just said, "Fuck you, we don't care." Did you pull that bit? No, don't worry.
I've got one bit from Todd.
Oh, there was so
more around
much.
The doctor, like their whole, we want to bring in specific doctors to essentially assess disability cases and stuff like that.
But that was basically Todd's, like, that's why Todd just got, like, ratioed every time, because his response was basically like, fuck you, we don't care. It was pretty much every response he gave.
This is when I believe they were talking about, so I believe Pat had been talking about how ACT keep talking about, like, scholarships for Māori, but don't bring up the scholarships for rural students, and then it flows into Casey bringing up meritocracy.
We believe in meritocracy. I mean, it is an absolute in terms of making sure people graduate. We want to set them up for success, and the more we can do to get people into that pathway to ensure that they are meeting those standards, the investment in education is critically important. Ensuring people are achieving their goals in life is critically important. But achieving it on merit. There's nothing wrong with that. Being aspirational is a good thing.
I think we need to recognise Dr. Shane Letty is a graduate of the MAPAS program. He is a graduate. So, you know, if you want to see quality graduates, we had the Minister of Health for a while there.
I think we can also extend that to probably a lot of the people in Parliament who are like 40 plus.
Absolutely.
We're beneficiaries of basically free tertiary education. For example, like there's lots of those we can point to where it's like, hey, you guys got this shit and we don't. What the fuck? Like,
yeah, I mean, look at Paula Bennett.
Yeah.
And then this was the other one that I clipped us. And this is directly talking to Todd, which, you know, watching him squirm was quite fun.
Todd, what David Seymour meant at his Christchurch town hall, what is meant by hiring a team of hard-ass doctors under MSD to assess if disabilities on MSD are legitimate?
Well, I wasn't at the meeting, but what I think David's referring to and the question is referring to is the independent medical assessment of people accessing benefits.
What does he mean, though? I mean,
well,
the
what
issue
he means is actually having...
But it evokes this idea of on the attack, hard ass, you know, tough, rough. That's what it evokes. And to me, at least, and maybe I'm the odd one in the room here, it makes it feel like we're going after them. We've got the hard asses coming in there and going after these people who are maybe scamming the system.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Let's make sure that if they need to qualify for a benefit, it's actually...
Welfare queen.
Especially...
Everyone knows all these welfare queens.
Again, Todd, I'll say,
I
appreciate that you guys just say this is who we are. It's like, it's refreshing on some level.
Yep, fuck you. That's
yeah,
pretty
I
much
loved that little shade from Pat. Just,
yeah.
It's refreshing.
Yeah,
Todd.
we're shit. What are you gonna do?
We couldn't care less. I love the way he tried to get around that too. But no, I don't think I found the clip that you were looking for.
No, it's fine. It was way early. There's so much of this I couldn't go back through the entire thing.
Dude.
Like it was a very long
Yeah,
debate.
I was like, I already listened to the whole thing once. I don't want to listen to the whole thing. I like scrubbed through a little bit. But I know we're going to hear a bit more about some of that tonight.
I mean, if people want to listen to it, they can go listen to the debate. It was a
Did
great
you
time.
want to have a quick look at these two extras we have?
No, they're fine for now.
Memes? All right, we can
go
leave
into memes,
those for
I think.
later.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we'll put that. I'm playing this one next week though.
Okay.
There's a video.
Oh, you can play
showing
that
it.
one if you want.
All right. It's actually a pretty good video.
Okay.
It's birds are better than people. That's my hot take.
So scientists gave two parrots money and they changed the rules.
Yep,
they
that was
trained
really
them that metal rings equal food. Drop a ring in, get a snack. But then researchers introduced unfairness. One parrot got a pile of 10 rings and the next one got none, separated by a wall with a tiny sloth. So the rich bird watched the other one miss meals and actually started pushing rings through the gaps anyway. They ran it again and again and same result. Sharing until both could pay and eat. The researchers expected hoarding, but instead the parrots detected inequality and fixed it. So scientists gave two parrots.
It was one of the good ones. In fact, this is proof that capitalism works. You know, the rich will always donate.
Is that the trickle down economics that I've
is
been
the
hearing
trickle
so much
down
about?
economics. This is proof of trickle down economics. There's such kind people.
But yeah, I just thought that was a good little quick one. Oh yeah, I pushed this meme to the top because did you know that Wayne Brown memed himself the other day?
What does that mean? Like he turned himself into a meme? Oh my goodness.
But it's one of these times where I'm like, I do actually agree with Wayne Brown. So on the side it says, every day there's another headline about forever chemicals polluting our air, land, and sea. Pretty ominous stuff. Fortunately, there's a Kiwi tech startup that's making our forever chemicals not so forever. They're called Environmental Decontamination Limited. It does what it says on the tin, but don't be fooled by the name. They've developed some pretty nifty technology that can actually clean up the world's most toxic materials. I'm talking PFAS, asbestos, POPs, contaminated soils, and industrial waste.
I think he's hipper than me.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes I just sit there and I go, man, Wayne Brown, you're a fucking special creature. And I use the word creature very specifically.
Yeah.
But as Chloe said, why is it everyone after his generation that has to fucking pay the prices? I just opened the next meme.
That's what I just thought was fun. Like, who the fuck steals a bench? a park.
I mean,
Bench.
wow, the economy is really rough for people.
Yeah, basically.
Shit's hard, man.
Yeah, wood goes for a high
What the
price
fuck?
these
The
days.
launch of autism?
The launch of autism.
Oh.
You weren't depressed, gender fluid, or neurodivergent at 10 years ago. Me waiting for the launch of autism in 2013.
Oh, so in 2012, the world ended.
The world
and
did
in
actually end.
2013, it was the rise of autism.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, it all makes sense now. 2013 was a really
Neuroconsistency went
dark
out the
year.
window. And this one just reminded me of Chewie.
Another one. I'm not a Nazi. I just had military autism. Yeah, that autism, man.
Yep.
It can make you look a little sus at times. That's for sure. What's this? Oh God.
Imagine finally graduating from spy school in China, only to find out your first assignment is dating a man known as the Roach Lord.
Wait, Asmongold has a girlfriend?
Yeah.
I do not believe that.
I mean,
she must.
I didn't confirm this, so maybe it is all a ruse. Apparently, she wants him to clean up the house. She says it's contaminated.
He's contaminated, girl. What are you talking
that's
about?
true. He is the contamination. Get rid of him.
Exactly. Oh, honestly, what is it with really ugly, nerdy guys getting cute girlfriends? It's cute girls. You got to start believing in yourself more. You don't need a man.
It's true. Especially that man.
What?
Oh yeah, you might need to zoom out a bit, but how do I convince that my dog that I'm spanking my wife consensually?
Oh my lord.
Which
that is surely the dog can tell by the way she's reacting.
I mean, it is
I don't
r/no
know.
stupid questions, so you can't complain that they're asking, but
Well, I didn't go to this subreddit. It was put upon me, so I can. I can call it a stupid question, but no, that's a valid question, honestly.
at the most fuckable age of my life, and the only thing fucking me is life. That's
Yeah.
so fucking relatable, honestly.
Fucking relatable, get it?
Fucking relatable. Got him. I love this one. Flipping through the titles on Hulu, making a point to scroll past Brokeback Mountain, not the exact same tempo as other films, and not gaily slow or homophobically fast.
That's funny.
I
I
mean-
mean,
Perfectly balanced, as all things should.
this is where men just need to realize they can be bisexual and eat hot chip.
Bruh.
Other than this, like, jumping through hope shit. What? Height is just titties for men.
Yeah.
It's just something that everybody can see that you didn't earn, and you get treated better than the rest of us and act like it's something you accomplished. You know what? No notes.
Yeah.
I 100%.
I
cannot
didn't
disagree
believe
with
in
that.
male sexism until today. It exists in heightism.
Oh, or dick length, or shoulder width.
No,
Like,
I
there's
think dick
heaps of
length's
metrics that
more of a
men use.
male focused thing, and that's only dudes
Oh,
are
I didn't
focused
say
on
I
their
didn't
dick
say it
length.
wasn't the men doing it to themselves.
Oh,
but
okay.
There's a lot. Men are policed a lot on their gender.
True that.
They also then just do a lot of shitty things.
Me at the airport at
Fuck.
5
Oh,
a.m.
God.
eating my 35-pound meal, drinking my 12-pound coffee, and spending 85 pounds on an Uber, all because I wanted booked a flight at 6 a.m. to save 40 pounds, which
Yeah.
this is me,
And I wonder how much
honestly.
of that 85 pounds the driver actually got.
True.
Since
You
that
know,
was probably
he got
surge
6
pricing.
pounds. He got 6 pounds, we know. Or less. 6 pounds or less. This is just some shitty AI. It doesn't know how to make hamburgers. It just put actual ham in there. Also, but that wasn't the thing that caught my attention. My attention was, what are these ring things? Are they supposed to be onion rings? Because they just look like... I don't even know what the fuck
Yeah.
they're supposed to be.
I think they are supposed to be onion.
But-
Or onion rings. I don't know.
We
All I know
got
is it just has that horrible look to
overly
it. Kind of looks like one of
glossed.
Bomber's. Kind of looks like one of Bomber's fucking thumbnails.
Yeah. Oh, they are so bad. I hate those.
I've been meaning to ask Bree because I saw that I heard that Bree went on the Bradbury group, and I'm just like, I should ask Bree how she feels about Bomber using AI and her image on his thumbnails, because not that he'd ever invite me on, but I don't think I could just based off that. Keep me
a
out of your
hypothetical
fucking AI,
scenario.
cunt.
That would be the contingency. They would be like, "Oh, I don't come on if you're doing an AI thumbnail. I'll make it for you, buddy.
Or just don't put me
you.
on the thumbnail. Put everyone else if you want, just not me, because I do not need that shit." Also,
like,
God,
hire an artist.
AI has a really bad habit of making me Asian, which would also come across as really racist. Yeah, it's this. So my family have a lot of well, especially on my dad's side, because obviously, you know, Māori ancestrally, we do go all the way back to Taiwan, and my family specifically, they've always had a bit more of an Asian look than others. Like my auntie got mistaken as Asian when I was a kid, and my cousin also gets mistaken for Asian. AI sees me and just goes, Asian. I don't know, man. It's weird. They hallucinate some crazy shit, but apparently consistently hallucinate Asian ethnicity for me. I don't know.
Damn. But yeah, no, we got a billboard. Like, I've noticed now that I've seen this, like a few of these burger places and places that are definitely doing AI hamburgers and
100%
billboards and all that shit.
Vape shops, a lot of vape shops have them as well.
Actually, if you can zoom on the nuggets too quickly, because I remember the nuggets also looked gross. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on there with the nuggets? Ugh,
Well, yeah, it means it just makes me go, well, now I don't want to buy any of your food because
it looks horrible.
I'd rather have a shitty fucking phone camera picture of something that's actually potentially going to be at least semi-accurate to what I'm going to get, not just like, I know that at the uni, one of the new food places there like got written up in Salient because they were using AI images for their food, which was just like, oh god,
shame.
Just what we need.
Shame.
Oh my god.
Oh, this made me laugh so hard. So
What?
This Katy Perry was like stuck in like a bottle trying to do like an opening to her show. I think this one we can unmute.
Okay. Oh, turn that down. It's horrible.
I'm not sure if you can hear it in this, but she's like, go that way. I need you to go that way. And there's another one that gives you a better angle of what's going on. But make sure you mute this one because it's got her music over top.
All right, I hadn't actually prepped both of them next to each other.
You didn't prep?
No.
This one gives you like her inside, like struggling to stand up. And you know what? I like this version of Katy Perry. I like that she's trapped in a bottle, and maybe we should just keep her in permanent stasis.
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby.
This is like her
come on in,
like purgatory or something. She has to spend 1,000 years in here before she...
Or is she our purgatory?
Maybe she is our purgatory.
Like, this is the same woman that's currently dating Justin Trudeau and was married to Russell Brand.
For like 5 minutes.
Just gotta remember that. Can never forget it.
It's so weird because he was in that movie, Get Him to the Greek.
Get Him to the Greek.
Where he's married for like 5 minutes. And then he married her and he was like married for 5 minutes.
For like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And I was like, well, that was autobiographical, I guess.
Right?
Yeah, and you could see she just wasn't even getting to the stage on her crowd surfing journey there.
Even her crowd was like, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, we don't want... This is more fun than the show that you're giving us.
Right?
Remember that one she was on stilts? Remember that one? Like lightsabers and stilts and all
I must have missed that one.
I don't know.
I try not to pay attention to Katy Perry where I
that's
can.
fair.
I went through the I Kissed a Girl phase and I liked it, but now I'm over it. I think she lost me when she did the stupid cream can titties in the California Girls music video with Snoop Dogg, where she's like literally shooting like
so she lost you
cream.
like 15 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago, man. And shut up. Don't say it like that.
Okay.
This next one, it's not necessarily a meme intrinsically, but this woman pronouncing the birds of Aotearoa in her southern accent is actually, I love it. I think it's amazing.
Hey y'all, have you ever heard of a pea waka waka? That's one of them fantail birds out here, and
Fantail.
and I got a bunch of them that come out here in the
Pea
trees
waka
by my
waka.
house, and they're so cute. They're a friendly little bird, and they got a tail that kind of goes out like a fan, and that's why they call them the fantail birds or the pea waka wakas. It's the Maori word for it. So anyway, for my birthday, I think it was my birthday. My husband got me this pretty little fantail picture that they painted out here in Wanganui. And let me tell you something. These birds out here in this place is just, there's different kind of birds, okay? The cutest birds you ever seen, but some of them are big old fat birds. Like there's a bird called a karairu, I believe, and it's a...
Karairu.
It's...
I think she's from Mississippi. You're muted, by the way.
Yeah, which is a kiriru. Karairu. And I just loved the comments in it as well. It's just, can I just say your accent with Māori words, phenomenal. I've never been happier to hear our words pronounced wrong.
One of them, Karairu.
Oh, Kiriru
Wisconsin.
isn't fat, he's buff. Oh yeah. No, yeah. But no, I thought that was
hold up.
fun.
Isn't Wisconsin and hold up. Have I got my state? Isn't Wisconsin like up north? Hold up. I don't know my states, maybe.
I don't think
Wisconsin, U.S. state.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's up north. That's on the border of Canada.
Well, I mean, she could have grown up in the South.
I mean, maybe. She might just be doing an accent.
She's in New Zealand now, so I don't know why her name's... I mean, she's living in New Zealand now.
Yeah,
so,
I was like, hold up, this doesn't add up. Wisconsin is like in Fargo, you know how they sound like they're like... You know, like they're Canadian.
I was just thinking of the fact that 70s show is in Wisconsin.
Right.
Hello, Wisconsin! Come on.
I never watched it.
What?
Nah.
You literally look like one of the characters. You have to watch it.
Nah.
I mean, you look
pass.
like the worst one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it's probably not the same if you didn't watch it at the time. Because... you know, as most things, they have some interesting aging in certain aspects. Although the 90s show, I did actually quite like that 90s show too.
Didn't it bomb?
I mean, could have. I liked it. But a lot of the things I like got cancelled, so...
True.
Like
Mindhunter? Boo.
What Hunter?
Mindhunter.
Was that some, like, fucking history
it's a Netflix
channel?
show. No. It was, what's his name? Oh, I'm forgetting.
Oh, well. That's fine. We can go to this.
Okay. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. Well, you got it. This is beautiful. So you won't be able to tell it very well. In their hands are some cups or jock straps, I believe they call them.
Yeah, cups, yeah. Cups go into jock straps.
I called this hashtag boy things. It's the cup song. And I sure would like some sweet company. And I'm leaving tomorrow. What do you say?
I mean, that can still hurt. So I mean, I'm more worried for the minute. Don't do that too much, lads. They could still.
They might not be planning on having kids. It's fine.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I mean, in this economy, in esta economy, like.
Yeah, some people are into that stuff. That's fair.
You know what? That's very true. And then, oh, what? Give me back my TikTok. Thank you. My final meme.
Seagull. Oh! Any luck on the chippies today? Oh!
Fuck, that's a stick.
Oh, trooper. What's the weather going to be like today?
Fuck, I think it's going to be a bit of a sea fog and hail.
Oh! 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 Seagull! Seagull! Oh! Oh! Seagull!
Seagull! Seagull muscle.
I enjoyed that meme way too much. I've watched that so many times.
Sometimes the best memes are just the ones that you enjoy.
Well, it's also you probably didn't grow up around the mongrel mob, so like that's probably why it's
I
not quite
definitely
as
did
funny
not.
for you. So when they did the sea fog and hail, I was like, okay, that's good. You fucking got me there. Also, what was it like not growing up around brown people?
I mean,
Got him.
I don't know how to answer that.
Oh yeah, man.
I mean, I'm much like that southern lady. I'm like, hey, what is a kureru?
Want to go to Tyrie?
Yeah, want to go to Tyree Mouth?
Oh, I don't know what you're doing with your mouth, but it shouldn't be Tyrie.
I mean,
but look,
I do have the
we finished our memes.
We finished the memes. Okay.
We actually did it.
Do you want to do a quick something before we got time? If you want to go back to anything, if there's anything extra. We can do some pool politic. It's always an option.
No, I think I'm fine. I saw that you had that there, and I'm like, don't fucking put me through that. Actually, there's one little video I wouldn't have minded watching. So
okay, let's do that.
This is a bit of a news one, but I thought it was really interesting because we've kind of talked about how like bad the whole gambling ads, like the increased online gambling stuff. And I heard this today from an inquiry in Australia talking about how gambling companies supplied him with drugs and alcohol as a spokesperson.
There were times where I would be flown interstate and taken to race days, put in marquees with alcohol and food provided all day, things like that. But also before getting there, your VIP manager would offer you, go, hey mate, what drugs do you want? Do you want a couple of bags for this weekend? We'll organise that for you. We'll have that ready for you when you get here. There was another time I remember when I went to an exclusive event through a betting company that was hosted in I would say like a rental on the canals of the Gold Coast, and the entire sort of C-suite of the company was there, all the management team, administration, and they were sort of all in the back room doing drugs together, and I was out in this room doing drugs with all of them. This is like the CEO, the founders, the VIP managers, and at that stage I would have been 23-year-old. And so while I would put my hand up and say I was a willing participant of that. These are men in positions of power with influence who should be looking out for your welfare, and this is the kind of behaviour that they are drawing you into, encouraging you into, and coaxing you into, and normalising.
You were losing so much money that the betting company could fly you to Melbourne, put you up at the casino, give you tickets to race day, provide you with drugs of your choice, and you're saying that this wasn't just a VIP manager trying to make more money or commission for themselves. The actual leaders of these companies knew, in some instances, what was happening and how the whole thing worked.
Well, not only did they know, they were participating in
it. When you were losing so much money, were you ever asked to verify sort of where the money was coming from? You're 23-year-old, 24-year-old, and you're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Never once was I ever required to verify my income, verify where the money was coming from, or how I was funding my gambling addiction. It's really difficult for me, it destroyed my life for many years. But it also destroyed the lives of the people who love me as well. And they're not here today, and they don't get to tell their story. But there were so many loved ones in my life who were so deeply affected as well. I was stealing money from my own mother to fund my gambling addiction. And that would be because I would lose, I would have no money, and then I would be offered an inducement, and I'd say, oh, well, I need to get some money because I've got $1,000 worth of bonus bets waiting for me. And then I would steal money from my own mother, from my partner, from my siblings to get those bonus bets, to get those inducements. So without that encouragement, I don't think that would have happened. The harm would not have been anywhere near as much. There were times where I would be...
I mean, he really confirmed a lot of what we've been saying and talking about, and it's both tragic, but kind of, I guess, good that someone's at least being honest and getting this out, because I believe, they're currently hoping to push Australia's hand really tightening up and regulating the gambling industry,
Mm.
because he's 31, so he's our
Oof.
age.
Yeah.
And yeah, I
Been
can
through a bit.
100% see how easy it would be to fall down. Like when you're 23, you're doing drugs already. Like it's already not a great space to be doing lots of heavy drugs at that young age, but to then also be encouraged to have such an unhealthy relationship.
Yeah,
It's
but could you imagine life under communism? That would be
You know what?
worse.
That's so true. Everyone would just be
Stalin.
meth addicts,
Exactly.
right? Well,
And you-
not like they're
you're fighting
already
over the bread
currently
line
doing.
and
Yeah. It's not like poverty is the driver of that or anything.
you think stealing from your grandma's bad. Imagine turning her into the gulag. Imagine that.
Mm.
Capitalism's
I
great.
Yeah, I mean, especially in New Zealand, like gambling is such an issue, and I know we've talked at length about some of, the fact that like the gambling legislation they passed more recently didn't even look at fucking loot box bullshit as well.
No.
Like, there's just gambling everywhere. Also, I put a song in our thing.
I've got it already, but yeah, we should
Cool.
probably, without further ado, we should probably piss off, let
Jump out.
people go over to BHN, and we'll see you there. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight. Anything you want to say before we leave, Magenta?
No, just thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us, and I also recommend at least watching the beginning of this music video if you haven't seen it before. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay. Bless you all. All right. Thank you very much.
I
All right.
love when she take control.
She beat my meat whack-a-mole.
I arch my back, curl my toes. Submissive and breathable. Call me Big Daddy Pesos, cause I'm all about the business. What's your Amazon wish list?
Right.
Spending all my money on a quick pitch. I'm broke, gotta make a quick lick. Driving to the crib like Guy Fieri. She's sponging on my bob until I'm ready. She picks up my ass and kicks open the dirt. Are you ready for sex? Sure. I love when she take control.
She beat my meat whack-a-mole.
I arch my back, curl my toes. Submissive and breathable. Submissive and breathable. We some little guys that we easily pleasable. Ooh la la. Submissive and breathable.
She asked me, what's your favorite position? It's the one where I lay back and you do the mission. Divide my legs like a mathematician. Getting boned all night, got me malnutrition. She tame me like a doggy, call me her Weimerheimer. She make me bust atomic, I call her Sloppenheimer.
I love when she take control.
She beat my meat whack-a-mole.
I arch my back, curl my toes. Submissive and breathable. Submissive and breathable. We some little guys that we easily pleasable. Ooh la la. Yeah, submissive and breathable. I'm a sin bitch, dick in her box, Merry Christmas. Catch me and my queen on a search for the clitoris. Can't find it, she said get behind it. Paying me the printout right now, I'm trying to sign. Synced up, big loads, can we wanna dine it? Tucking on my tip, first name like Linus. Fair boy Friday, she the line. Nice guys finish last, baby, I'm the kindest. Submissive and breathable, we some little guys that we easily pleasable. Ooh la la. Submissive and breathable.
Ooh la la. Hey fellow Sims, if you want to see bloopers from this video and this, click the join button below to become a member. Also, grab Submissive and Breedable merch for a limited time.
Submissive and breathable, we some little guys.
On the horizon of this forest path, you see a group of dark, cloaked figures slowly trudging towards you. What do you do? My half-orc barbarian